out because all of the prophecy says that the children of Israel will be better than the other nations. And we'll get to that later. It says, I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. So it's doubling down on the theme. Also, the sons of the stranger that join themselves to the Lord. Again, take hold of the covenant, not join the children of Israel, but join to the Lord to serve him and to love the name of the Lord, to be his servants. Every one that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taketh hold of my covenant. So there's two different gifts being given here. One is to the eunuch, one is to the stranger. The eunuch's gift is a name that exceeds that of children. That is the proper use and context of this scripture. If you are of any remote idea that a Gentile is going to be better than the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven, we're just going to stay in Isaiah. I'm going to go to Isaiah 61.
Okay,
this is a fun
What about the part where it says that all people can be part of his house of prayer, even the sons of the stranger?
Oh, let's read that part, because we don't disagree. What we teach is that everybody is going to have to bow and is going to worship the Most High. But what we teach is that the difference is we are going to be the priests of the Lord, as in the Israelites, whether they be here in the American hemisphere or they be in Africa somewhere or they be on a remote island somewhere. When they're gathered from the four corners of the earth and brought to that land, all nations are going to flow unto Israel, as Isaiah 2 says, that the law shall flow forth from Zion. Shalom, family, shalom, Bashem Yahawashi, Barakatham, shalom, 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 shalom. Thank y'all for tapping in. That footage that was just playing right there was from a powerful discussion I just had yesterday with a little Edomite. He called himself debunking the Hebrew Israelites. Of course, this was proven to be false. So I'm going to put the link to that in the chat. But for those of you that tapped in, you tapped in because you saw this thumbnail and title, and you're probably familiar with the brother J Red. His channel is called J Red Unfiltered. He's been going on a rampage against the Hebrew Israelites, except he's been doing so to his own dismay. Y'all probably saw the initial discussion that I had with J Red. I tried to stall him out, give him a chance to learn in patience and in love. And, I had to take a break from him. And what I intended to do was swoop back to his channel and give him another opportunity. But there was a Christian there, so-called, and he was running interference for J Red. And the Christian made some pretty racist remarks. The Christian's behavior was despicable. And what we saw was that J Red didn't know what was going on. He didn't understand. He didn't want to stand up. He didn't want to engage as an adult. Instead, he hid behind the Christian. Despite the nonsense that the Christians said, they had a confused council that they contradicted themselves. They talked disrespectfully. So what we're going to do is kind of reveal that through the spirit and power of the Most High. That's what we're here to do today. So for those of you that's here first, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, because it's going to be a good one. I think today is going to be pretty edifying. I'm going to try not to be too long-winded, but it's definitely going to be edifying through the spirit of the Most High, man. I just want to welcome y'all back to another episode of The Incinerator. And without further ado, we're going to get to it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Marching all black like a jazz musician. Me and my soldiers need God more than ammunition. Another brother ain't recovered from fatal conditions, and that's a wound that's hard to fix like transmissions. You don't forget the faint smell of that flesh sizzling, or the fact that that's your flesh with they breath slipping. Certain
Hey, Israel, Shalom, Tony Light, Shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. We about to get right into this thing, man. I'm just gonna fast forward to where this video gets started. Yo, how many of y'all saw that dialogue from yesterday? Let me see if it's someone's in that. If y'all saw that dialogue yesterday, how'd you feel about how that went? Who saw yesterday's dialogue? Was it edifying? Was it filling? I'm trying not to drag this one out too long, man. We just got back, just got done holding camp downtown Seattle. Another successful day of the work of the Most High, man. How's my audio sounding? Let me know how I'm sounding. Got to make sure that we present this thing the right way. Yeah, the white man, he was effeminate. This brother right here on the screen, he was definitely effeminate. It seemed like that's the common thing. The men that come up against the Hebrew Israelites, you know, they tend to have that effeminate spirit for sure. Legacy 7, Shalom, Shalom. Yeah, it definitely wasn't edifying for Jay, man. The Most High, he made his head out of brick. You know, he couldn't find edification if it was bookmarked in the dictionary. Patrick Kelly, Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh. All praises to the Most High for sure. Thank y'all for coming through. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And if y'all want to join the ministry, Fire of God Classroom at gmail.com. That's where you can reach us. Just hit the email and we'll get you started in the courses. You know, we still a small body, but we're growing through the spirit of the Most High. And we intend to keep doing so as long as the Most High permits. Yolanda Caesar, Shalom, Shalom. Shalom. We're gonna get into this thing, man. The brothers and sisters that come in late, they're gonna have to catch up. Y'all just gonna have to let them know what happened here today. Look at this brother tried to swoop in on the footage of our last discussion and try to do some cleanup and explain himself. I'm gonna let him explain himself while we wait for more brothers and sisters to come in the room.
And it's just even just looking back on it, like, oh. But the first thing I want to do, is I am going to pull this up. I'm going to pull this up. So hold on, give me a second.
I don't know why he turned his elevator music on. Here we go. The Gospel of Luke. I'm going to share with you the gospel of salvation, and you tell me if I'm telling you that you need to have a victim mindset. Because what we teach is accountability. And accountability, it's important to have identity to go with that. Otherwise, you ain't going to know what pertains to you. Am I right or am I wrong?
Say that one more time.
This brother's slow as hell. How can you have accountability without identity? For example, what's your name? Jay?
Yeah.
Say your mom say E. You gonna say, huh? Or are you gonna let that pertain to whoever she's talking to? Who understands what I said when I asked him that? Because this brother right here, man, he played like the question didn't make no sense. Who understands the point of this question? Because what his whole thing was is that we teach a victim mentality. I told him, no, we teach accountability. And that's what the curses is all about, is driving us to accountability. So when we teach the curses and we teach the negative things that are happening to our people, we teach that as a sign that we need to be held accountable and that we need to understand that who we are so that we can rise to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna open mail that don't have your name on it unless you're a nosy weirdo. The average individual needs to be summoned, right? And when they're called upon, that's when they are. That's when they're to engage. That's when they know the message is being directed at them. And the gospel that's in these scriptures is very specific. It's geared directly to certain people. And what it tells those people is that you're going to see certain curses come upon you. And when those curses come upon you, you're going to know in the places where you are. And then when you come back to the Most High in response to those curses, you will receive certain rewards. And this is a fundamental concept that's taught to all children who are raised, is that there are consequences, positive and negative ones. Right. So when we talk to the brother J Reb, he acts as though this doesn't make sense to him.
I don't. I don't understand the question. Like, I understand the question, but I don't understand the question.
If your mom calls somebody else's name, are you gonna answer?
No.
Okay, so
No, that's what I'm
identity
saying,
is
but I don't understand what you're trying to say. So for anybody that like doesn't actually understand what's going on here, it's not that I don't understand what the question is. It's literally that I don't like when people do those asking little baby step questions. No, just get to your point. Just say what your point is. Don't ask me about if you're trying to make a case for identity and why identity is important. Don't ask me about why knowing my mother's name is important. It's not specific. Just get to your point.
what you mean is not specific. How do we relate to one another without trying to bridge that gap? So this is called building, where we're trying to share our logic and reasoning in order to, you know, just further develop ways to communicate. So if you've been listening to Israelites and you don't understand the concepts we're teaching, or you perceive them to be something that we're not, then we need to take it deeper, and we need to try to do it in a way that's relatable. This brother doesn't like to reason; it's too much for his brain, because I'm not gonna lie, he might be part caveman, going way back. Or he just might be, the regular hard-headed Israelite. But the problem is he doesn't like to reason. He doesn't have the patience to do so. He just wants to disagree. That's why he has a problem with this. People who are disingenuous and dishonest usually have an issue with this, because what this does is it allows you to reach inside somebody's psyche and disassemble their cognitive dissonances.
That was my point. That is what I'm trying to say.
Because we lead into a place. So identity is important. We both can agree that us
No, it's not.
teaching identity,
It's not
I,
important.
identity is not important. So if you go
Not in the
into
way that you mean it.
so if you, it's not important, right? And then I pull his card on it and he moves the goalpost. Identity is not important in the way that I mean. And so I'm gonna ask him, what way do I mean? Go into the study of psychology, they're not going to tell you that identity is not one of the foremost important things that a person needs.
Mm, like I said, I don't not in the way that you mean it.
What way do I mean it?
The way that when I say that identity isn't a not is not is not important. And first of all, I just want to say shout out to you, Eric Bochard, and shout out to you, Walter Schwab. Y'all are coming through with the positive energy. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. Shout out to you, seriously, for real. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna like give the trolls much energy tonight. It's like at the end of the day, these people are operating like the Church of Satan.
We're operating like the Church of Satan. So without further ado, man, for those of you that didn't see this dialogue that he's reviewing, I just put the link for it in the chat. I'm going to give y'all 30 seconds. I want you to click that link, and I want to make sure that you get it ready to watch it later when this live stream is over, because you're going to see my etiquette. You're going to see how respectful I was to this brother, and you're going to see how I didn't come dog him or nothing like that. All right, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do that, because we're going to get into this new footage where he operates like the Church of Satan with him and his friends. All right, I hope y'all ready, because we about to go forth with this information right here.
And that's just the truth. These people are literally operating like the Church of Satan, and so they're mad at me, and I'm not. And that's the thing. I'm not somebody that's sitting up here pretending to be perfect. I'm not somebody that's sitting here pretending to have all the answers. But the truth of the matter is that what it is, I'm not gonna let this cult just get away with saying whatever they want, and that's the truth of the matter. So
This retarded nigga don't even understand what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, I'm gonna fast forward, because of course I came in the comments asking to drop a link. I'm gonna fast forward to when I come on the live and there's this clout chasing Christian that tagged along and just acted like a complete demon.
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Because I'm not.
Again, and it didn't say that God chose. It didn't talk about their might. It was talking about how many of them they were. And that's why it says because you were more in number. He didn't choose you because y'all had a lot of people because your population was so huge. It's simply yes.
And you were claiming that that means that the Israelites are God's chosen.
Hold on, we gotta run it back. My bad, man.
Or whatever smoke y'all have, whether you agree or disagree. But yeah.
All right, you a Hebrew, bro, or do I gotta cook you too?
Who me?
Yeah.
I'm a Christian. Listen, I'm a Christian that destroys the garbage One West doctrine. That's the most retarded doctrine in the history of mankind.
All right, let's get it.
And all right, listen, you was mentioning Deuteronomy 7:6, right?
Yes.
And you were claiming that
Now listen to this lie, man. Deuteronomy 7:6 is on the table. And watch what this weirdo says.
means that the Israelites are God's chosen people.
It clearly it says it right in the verse.
Brother, you have what we call reading comprehension problems. It doesn't say that.
No, you
What it
have
says
reading
is,
comprehension.
all right, brother, hold on. Just give me a few seconds.
You can't make this up, man. He literally said that the young brother has reading comprehension issues due to his breakdown of Deuteronomy 7:6. Right? Now, I told you they're disingenuous, moving the goalposts. Right? They call us the Church of Satan, but I just want you to watch how this plays out.
Break it down, and then you could respond. 1 second, all right?
All right.
Because Christians are coming back to destroy that whole nonsense. All right, listen. Deuteronomy 7:6 says this. And if that dude, brother Ash, is there, stop being a coward and come on the link. Because they love.
Imagine that, by the way.
I don't know nothing. So listen to this.
Don't
Deuteronomy 7:6 says, ooh, he's on. It's on now. All right.
Jay's giggling like he getting. Jay is weird, man. Look how he's giggling like a little schoolgirl. You know, he doesn't understand the energy and the authority that we come with. So he's excited because dude's coming on here with the verbal abuse, acting all tough. And so it's a bunch of bing bam, and he's excited by that. You know, Jay the type of brother only like to read books with the pictures in them.
7:6 says this: the Lord, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord. The Lord God has chosen thee to be a special people. So it doesn't mean that you're automatically
What? What?
be that. And if you read the end of Deuteronomy,
He said, just because it says the Lord has chosen you to be a special people unto himself above all people doesn't mean that you're that. You have to be that. It doesn't make sense. Once you're chosen, you're chosen. And so he's trying to play little word games. And I'm going to call him on it. And I'm not even going to narrate. I'm going to let you see.
in Deuteronomy 32, they weren't that. They actually were trash. Watch what God says in the same book of Deuteronomy 32. Deuteronomy 32:19. Let's see if they were these special people. They were trash, bro. When the Lord saw it, he hated them because of the provoking of his Israelite sons and daughters. And the Lord said to the Israelites, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end will be. Not might be, will be. For they are a garbage generation, children in whom is no faith. Canaanite woman had faith, non-Israelite. The soldier had faith, non.
So mind you, he's supposed to be going to a scripture, right? He goes to Deuteronomy 32 to say that we were supposed to be trashed. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 32 and I'm gonna start at verse 6. As far as debating the dude with the raspy voice on here, I've had an exchange with him, and he's literally out of his mind, and you're gonna see that. He doesn't remember. He'll say something 1 minute, and then 5 minutes later, he won't remember what he said 5 minutes ago. And I'm gonna prove it through the Spirit of the Most High. But let's look at these scriptures, you know, because I'm not into entertaining folly like that. I'm just not. Let me see. Present. I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy 32. This is Deuteronomy 32, and I'm starting at 7. It says, remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will shew thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Right? For Yahweh's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So what it's saying is, before Deuteronomy 7:6 ever comes to play, before anything is created and the Most High begins to populate the world and give the nations their inheritance, he had already had something marked out for us, right? That's what Deuteronomy 32 says, that he tried to say, says we're solely trash, right? But look at it. We'll just go back to Deuteronomy 7:6 to entertain his dumb ass logic. That's all we got to do. Just look at the text. Only Christians can make this type of stuff up. Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, have chosen thee. You don't become chosen once you're chosen. We became chosen, and his logic is we have to become chosen by living up to it. But this is what the Most High said, to be a special people unto himself above all people that are on the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn to your fathers. Now, remember, the gifts and callings of the Lord are without repentance, meaning that when the Most High said that he was going to keep his word to our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we were chosen then. So it's not works. It's not of him that willeth and runneth, it's of him that calleth. We can read that in the book of Romans. That's a letter of Paul. Christians love to die on the hill named after Paul. Why can't we keep that same integrity? Why? Because Christians have no integrity. They have no real foundation. They have talking points, and those shift depending on who they're talking to. And I'm saying this to any Christian that would like to prove me wrong. If you're in the chat and you're a Christian, please feel free. Prove me wrong. Now watch this. I'm going to let you see how this plays out a little bit. Shalom. Wanyan, Banya Howard. Shalom. Shalom.
They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those that are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. He was talking to all 12 tribes there. So that stipulation that I'll choose you to be special, it was a stipulation, brother. It wasn't.
Now you see that he's saying it's a stipulation, meaning that if you do this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you right now, the scriptures never say you're going to be chosen if. It says you're going to be above all people if. Now, here's the thing. We always remain chosen. So what we're to look at that's going to change is the way that the Most High is treating us. The same way your children are going to be the ones that are punished if they're misbehaving in the streets. Right? They're going to see the other children get privileges while yours get what? Curses in the form of ass whooping, the game being taken away, blah, 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 you name it. But this idiot right here, he calls himself Israelite only camp killer. He's trying to make the argument that we're supposed to be chosen, but we're not. You hear him saying this, but watch him backpedal and watch Jay lie to defend him.
A guarantee. And when you guys murdered Christ,
Israelites
you
weren't
guys
chosen yet. Hold on. I just want to understand what IOCK was saying. You're saying Israel wasn't chosen yet. They were gonna be chosen.
No, what I'm saying is if I choose you to be my starting quarterback, it's up to you to perform. Now, when you murdered all the prophets,
If I choose you to be my starting quarterback, you got to perform. Why are you in the position where you got to perform? Because you were chosen. His logic is, he's bananas. He's out of his damn mind.
and then in the end you murdered Christ, I'm sorry, brother, but you dropped the ball.
So are you saying they were chosen and then they were not chosen anymore?
Well, what I'm saying is this.
Why Jay rolling his eyes like that? Can anybody understand in the chat why Jay's rolling his eyes like that? I would imagine it's because it's not narrated with colorful pictures. There's not a visual aid there. He just disagrees with us. He just hates his brothers, the Israelites. That's his thing. This is an enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend situation. It's not any real foundation to it other than the fact that he has aligned himself to be an enemy to the Israelites.
Was Christ sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, no, hold on, wait. Because Brother Ash.
Wait, did y'all hear what I said? Well, I'm gonna run this back. This is how crazy this dude is.
With their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those that are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. He was talking to all 12 tribes there. So that stipulation that I'll choose you to be special, it was a stipulation, brother. It wasn't a guarantee. And when you guys murdered Christ,
Israelites
you
weren't
guys
chosen yet. Hold on. I just want to understand what IOCK was saying. You're saying Israel wasn't chosen yet. They were gonna be chosen.
No, what I'm saying is if I choose you to be my starting quarterback, it's up to you to perform. Now, when you murdered all the prophets, and then in the end you murdered Christ, I'm sorry, brother, but you dropped the ball.
So are you saying they were chosen and then they were not chosen anymore?
Well, what I'm saying is this. Was Christ sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So he said, was Christ into the lost sheep of the house of Israel? Who heard my answer? Who heard my answer in the chat? Because it gets weird when there's multiple people on a live stream, for sure. It gets a little hard to hear sometimes. But who heard my answer when he asked, was Christ sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel? Real quick, I just want to see if I got witnesses in the chat. Yeah. I said, absolutely. So look at his energy.
Okay, no, hold on, wait, because Brother Ash is having trouble answering. He's scared now. Was
No, I said
Christ sent to the
absolutely.
lost sheep of the house of Israel?
Am I
Okay,
muted? I said
so
absolutely.
so he was sent, so that was his people, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, John 1. Christ was sent unto his own, but his own received him not. But as many as did receive him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. That's faith, brother, which were born not of blood. It has nothing to do with lineage, nor of flesh. It don't matter who your daddy is, but of the will of God. Christ
So
was
you're
sent to
saying,
the Israelites.
are you trying to juxtapose his own from the people who did receive him with that verse? Is that what you're doing?
No, no, first off, I'm not saying nothing. I'm reading the Bible. But
I
let's
mean, why can't I ask these questions, man? Like I'm asking him how he understands that verse, and he can't just answer the question. Why? Because he don't want to get corrected. And so Jay's retarded ass is sitting there folding his eyebrows up like he understands what's going on, trying to act like he got something frustrating, something that's frustrating him for real. He just don't like the Israelites, and he don't like the fact that everybody saw him appear to get dog walked the last time that we talked. So all he wants is to see me seem to get roughed up in the spirit. This dude's off. Watch this. Just watch how this unfolds and watch how he lies to defend this other Christian.
see what Peter says.
Real
Okay,
quick. I'm
listen.
familiar with you.
Yeah.
And I want to drag this out. I want to drag this out and have a thorough discussion. So now I'm telling them let's slow this down so we get all the talking points. Who that's about to run does this? You know, it's not about talking points for me. It's about going into the context. It's about reading these scriptures through because we don't have anything to hide. I'm sure that y'all would agree that I'm one of the most patient Israelites that you watch. I'm not running anywhere. I got time on my hands at this point, and the objective is to give clarity to Brother Jay. And I'm thinking we're about to have a peaceable dialogue. I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but this is what happens. What I don't want you to do is
All
filibuster. I
praises.
want to understand your point. So, what point are you
Okay.
making with this scripture? Because you dropped another one, and I want to address that. What I don't want you to do is keep dropping a chain of scriptures, and we can't deal because y'all accuse us of reading out of context. So pick up from here, read it again, and then please concise. Man, Tony, I appreciate that. I really want more patience. I gotta be more patient, especially in these last days. Woe to us if we lose patience, right? So I appreciate that, man. Y'all pray for me and Tony that we increase in the patience and faith for the saints. Basically, make your
Okay.
point.
Okay. Well, first off,
Look at this dude, man.
you guys are the king of precept upon precept, dropping 50 verses that make no sense. You
I
guys started
cannot
that
believe he
style.
just said that. I
Yeah,
cannot
you guys
believe.
started that nonsense trash style.
Why is he offended? All I said was y'all say that we read things out of context. So I want to slow it down so that I could prove that we do it in context. And for some reason, he's offended at that. But okay,
So
can
let's
we get some
go
traction,
back to
man?
two.
Like I just asked
Brother,
you a
hold
direct
on, brother.
question. I'm not in
Show
here to
some
listen to your
decorum.
nasty ass voice
Show
all
some
night.
decorum. I'm going to answer you. Show some decorum
Hurry
and
up,
calm down.
hurry
Grab a
up.
Snickers, brother.
I
Grab a
can't.
Snickers.
I
So
came
Let's
here to
listen,
make
talk
this
to
up,
you guys.
guys. What in the world?
brother,
They
brother.
literally
I'm
are the
going to
king of that.
respond to your question.
They are the king of
That's
that.
not even me talking.
All right, ready? I only addressed two things. I destroyed the Deuteronomy 7:6 that y'all were chosen. Y'all were
No, you
chosen, but when the ball came, you guys dropped. Brother, don't cut me off. Let me finish and then you can talk. You were chosen at the end of the movie, Deuteronomy 32. You lost it. Now you tried to claim Christ was only sent to the Israelites, but he was sent unto them and they didn't receive him. According to Peter, Acts 3, Acts 2:36, watch what Peter says. Therefore, let all the house of Israel know. This is Sakari, ISPK, all those crazy people. Let them know. Therefore, let all the house of Israel know that God has made that same Jesus, whom ye all crucified, both Lord and Christ. When you killed Christ, brother, game over.
So I'm gonna ask you again. Are you saying that the Israelites were once? Now you talk about eisegesis, right? He goes to Second Peter And he doesn't read all the way through. Let me see, where did he start at? I want to start from exactly where he started at. So I'm gonna run this video back, and then they were. Please concisely make your
Okay.
point.
Okay. Well, first off, you guys are the king of precept upon precept, dropping 50 verses that make no sense. You
I
guys started
cannot
that
believe he
style.
just said that. I
Yeah,
cannot
you guys
believe it.
started that nonsense trash style. So
Can
let's
we get some
you go
traction,
back to
man?
two,
Like, I just asked
brother.
you a
Hold
direct
on, brother.
question. I'm not in
Show
here to
some
listen to your
decorum.
nasty ass voice
Show
all
some
night.
decorum. I'm gonna answer you. Show some decorum and calm down. Grab
Hurry
a
up.
Snickers, brother.
I can't,
Grab a
I can't
Snickers.
hear. I
So
I
can't hear
didn't
listen,
the
make
talk.
this up, guys. What in the world?
brother.
They
I'm
literally are the
gonna
king of that.
respond to your question.
They are the king of
That's
that.
not even me talking.
All right, ready? I only addressed two things. I destroyed the Deuteronomy 7:6 that y'all were chosen. Y'all were
No, you
chosen,
didn't.
but when the ball came, you guys dropped. Brother, don't cut me off. Let me finish and then you can talk. You were chosen at the end of the movie, Deuteronomy 32. You lost it. Now you tried to claim Christ was only sent to the Israelites, but he was sent unto them and they didn't receive him. According to Peter, Acts 3.
So he said he was sent to them, but then he said he was sent to the Israelites, but then as if there was some kind of change, and then goes to Peter in Acts 2. I just want you to follow slowly.
Acts 2:36. Watch what Peter says. Therefore, let all the house of Israel know. This is Sakari, ISUPK, all those crazy people. Let them know. Therefore, let all the house of Israel know that God has made that same Jesus, whom ye all crucified, both Lord and Christ.
And then he stops there, and then he closed the book. Now watch this. I'm reading from where he picked up, and I'm just going to read down. Therefore, tell all the house of Israel, and this is Acts 2 and 36, if you want to read along. Therefore, let all the house of Israel know assuredly that God hath made the same Jesus, whom ye crucified, both Lord and Christ. That's true. Now, when they heard this, they were pricked in their hearts and said unto Peter and to the rest of the apostles, men and brethren, what shall we do? This is still Israelites, right? After the Israelites asked this question, this is what Peter says. Then Peter said unto them, repent and be baptized, every one of you, in the name of Yahawashi hamashiach, for the remission of sins, and ye shall receive the gift of the Holy Ghost. We're gonna keep reading though. Watch this. Is for the promise is not was, but is. The promise is unto you and to your children and to all that are afar off, even as many as the Lord our God shall call. Wow. So he tried to make it seem like, he did come to us and his own didn't receive him. And so, it's over now. But then the document that he goes to try to highlight how this salvation was past tense and how Jesus was sent to us in the past tense, but it's changed. In the same document, it explains that Peter let these Israelites know that the promise is still unto them. See, this is not consistency, because the Christian has no integrity, no biblical integrity, no biblical sophistication, no idea of context. They just have talking points. When they see it and it looks like it goes against the Israelite, they're like, I'm highlighting this one and I'm using this. They don't even read the surrounding chapters.
When you killed Christ, brother, game over.
So I'm gonna ask you again. Are you saying that the Israelites were once chosen and then they were no longer chosen? Why do I have to ask this many times? He said we dropped the ball. It was game over. We were chosen. We dropped the ball. What other conclusion am I supposed to arrive at without getting clarification? Why do I have to ask for the clarification so many times? Just watch. Put.
Correct. Correct. And the only listen.
He says correct, but just watch. He said correct.
The only ones that are going to be chosen is a very small remnant, and that's because God cares about his name. and the promise he made to Abraham. If it wasn't
So,
for that, he was going to throw all y'all in the trash.
so real quick, you answered my question. All praises to the Most High. We got there. So that means
Okay.
Deuteronomy 7:6 is still saying the Israelites are chosen. If your argument is that there's a chronological issue where we're just not chosen anymore at the end of Christ's ministry. Now, I'm being gentle and I'm entertaining his logic. Even if he says that we were chosen at one point and not chosen anymore, it doesn't change the meaning of Deuteronomy 7:6. That makes sense, family? I feel as though I'm making clear sense. You want to correct your stance and tighten up what you said, or do you want to help me understand something I might be missing there?
Okay. This is what you're missing.
Because I'm
Only
framing
a
that
remnant is going to,
real
brother,
quick to be
only
clear.
a remnant is going to be saved.
Real quick. I'm about to give you the floor. I just want to make sure you're sure
Okay.
about what I want to understand, because you said Deuteronomy
Okay.
7:6 is not saying that we were chosen. Did he say that or no? I want to get everybody I need ones in the chat. It's important. It's important that we don't bear false witness. So ones in the chat. If he said to the young brother that Deuteronomy 7:6 doesn't say that we're chosen. One in the chat if he told the brother that he had reading comprehension issues for saying that Deuteronomy 7:6 said that we're chosen. One's in the chat. Two's in the chat if we heard them. Because look, the craziness ain't even started yet. I'm telling you right now. We got 2 ones in the chat, all praises. We got 3 ones in the chat. Do I have 4 ones? Do I have 5 ones in the chat? Cause why do I have 6 ones in the chat? 7. Okay, let's go. Watch this, family. And the brother read it, and it plainly said the Israelites were chosen. But now it sounds like what you're saying is we were chosen, but just not anymore. So it seems to be a contradiction in how your argument started off. Is why I'm asking you to reiterate.
That's not actually what he said.
What? You see how he lying, playing with that beard, nibbling on it like it's snacks in it. I'm gonna run it back a little bit. For those of you that just came in, man, you don't understand what's going on. All praises to the Most High, man, that you hear. Like, share, and subscribe, support the ministry however you can, family. Not saying that we were chosen. And the brother read it, and it plainly said the Israelites were chosen. But now it sounds like what you're saying is we were chosen, but just not anymore. So it seems to be a contradiction in how your argument started off. Is why I'm asking you to reiterate.
That's not actually what he said.
That's not actually what he said. This is the problem. We're trained up to do this. My memory has to be impeccable, and sometimes I do slip up, right? But I'm very careful to make mental notes as to what somebody said. I use active listening. It's imperative to do so in order to successfully debate or have these types of discussions, right? So there's a witness. I'm using the active listening skills, and I'm trying to engage him on his logic. But what happens with the Christian is he's dishonest. So once he feels like he's getting cornered, he has to switch. This only happens when your truth moves depending on who you're talking to. I mean, that's why I want clarity.
I'll let him clarify that, but that's not actually what he said.
All right.
Now watch this.
All right, Ash, ready? Ash, take a pencil, write this down, make it suspenseful, all right?
So disrespectful.
Because you have a problem hearing.
I have a problem hearing now.
They were chosen to be something. They didn't become that. Due to them not becoming that, their position is done.
Now, I just said that. It sounds like that's what he's saying, right? Which is completely different from Deuteronomy 7:6 doesn't mean y'all was chosen. There's one stance, and then when he's corrected on it or challenged on it, he changes his answer. The problem is that he's acting as though I'm not following what he's saying. And it's because he's so charged up and wanting to cut me because that's all he's in it for. He's not in it for the edification. He doesn't know what edification means. He's just a demon that wants to throw punches and get clout off of cutting the Hebrew Israelites. And, that's always going to be a problem because, look, when it's about doing your father's business, he's going to give you the leverage that you need to do that for his name's sake. But when you on what these Christians are on, this is the type of madness you got to do. You got to operate like Shaitan.
The only ones that are going to be saved is a remnant of them. And watch what Paul says. Romans 9:27. Isaiah also cries concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel are as the sand of the sea, only a remnant shall be saved.
I mean, what is he teaching the Israelites about that? We teach that.
That's why
I
when
mean,
you read Romans 9,
that's very
all
clear.
right,
We
yeah,
we
brother.
teach that we teach that there's only a remnant of Israelites that are going to be saved. So there's no contradictions in both our logic when it comes to that. But what I'm harping on is the fact that you said Israel was not chosen. Now you said they did
He didn't
not
say that.
become that. Jay's a lying faggot, man. Jay, if you listening to this and watching, bro, I'm telling you out of my own mouth. At this point in time, you are a lying faggot, and you need to repent. And when I say faggot, I'm sure that you understand that if you're not a homosexual, what I'm saying is your choices in conduct are effeminate, and they're dumb, they're stupid. You're an idiot, is what I'm saying, and you're choosing to play stupid. That's what I mean by a faggot. And you're a damn liar, and you're dishonest. I hope you're watching this, and I hope that you repent. I hope you've seen how you have contradicted yourself. And this is the first time, but it ain't the last, as far as this discussion goes. He just said that Israel did not become chosen, right or
No, he
wrong.
said that Israel fell from where they
IOCK,
were.
right or wrong. Because this is
You're
now IOCK agreed with me the first time it came
wrong,
out.
brother.
And now it's an opportunity to gang up on the Israelites. So now he's switching up.
Wrong. Now, for
That's
the
not what
third
he.
time, listen, Ash, you're a smart dude, bro. Don't get retard mode now. You're a smart dude. This is the third time. Ready? Simple English.
What's up with
Te
all the
lo puedo
passive
decir en
aggressiveness, Mr.
español.
Evan?
Brother,
I want
listen,
to hear him.
brother,
I want to hear
listen.
him. I want to hear him.
Ash, ready? I can speak. Mira, yo hablo español.
Like, who's doing this? I'm not going to lie, man. Shout out to the Northern Kingdom. I don't believe this dude's from the North Kingdom. But I ended up, look, man, look, I'm still a man. And you're not gonna walk up on the men of the Lord and talk to him like this, bro. But the games he played, man, I made him a promise. I made IOCK a promise that I intend to keep.
Hablo Portugués. I'm going to say it in English for the third time. God chose them to be something. They didn't
But they didn't
become that
become that.
something, brother.
That's what I
Correct.
said. That's what I said.
Correct.
I just
If I choose you to be my Uber, listen. If I choose
see. He just want to hear the sound of his own voice.
you to be my Uber driver, but you get drunk and don't make it to my crib, you failed, bro.
But guess what? You're still chosen, and that's the point, right? We're not making it about the stance that we agreed that you made, but the fact of the matter is you moved the goalpost when you brought this new stance to the forefront. Because when he talked to the younger brother that brought up Deuteronomy 7:6, he said that Deuteronomy 7:6 does not mean that Israel is chosen. Verbatim, that's what he said. For those of you that's just coming in, man, you're gonna have to watch this from the beginning. I shit you not. He said Deuteronomy 7:6 does not mean Israel is chosen. He said that the brother had reading comprehension issues for believing that. But that doesn't change the this is the problem. We're using the English language and you're completely reinventing the meaning of these words. Whether or not let's just say the promises of God were that came with a gift receipt, which it says the gifts and callings of God ain't gonna be taken back, but we'll get there later. Let's just say that's the fact. Israel is still chosen. So you don't get to come and say, no, the verse doesn't mean Israel's not chosen because X,
Stop
Y, and Z
saying that. He
happened.
didn't say that. Stop
Now,
saying that.
now I'm gonna have
Jesus
to
Christ.
rewind it. Now I gotta rewind it.
What does
So
that have
so
to
we're
do with
not
the
hurting.
identity, though? But that doesn't have anything to do with identity.
Watch this. Because you might have missed it. You might have missed it when he said this. So I'm just rewinding it, doing my due diligence. That's all.
That destroys the garbage One West doctrine. That the most retarded doctrine in the history of mankind.
All right, let's get it.
And all right, listen, you was mentioning Deuteronomy 7:6, right?
Yes.
Remember, Jay said, stop saying that. He didn't say that.
And you were claiming that means that the Israelites are God's chosen people?
It clearly it says it right in the verse.
Brother, you have what we call reading comprehension problems. It doesn't say that.
No, you.
He just said, it doesn't say that. But like I said, these guys don't remember what they said 5 minutes ago. It's the bane of my existence, motherfuckers that think and act like this.
All crucified both Lord and Christ. When you killed Christ, brother, game over.
So I'm gonna ask you again. Are you saying that the Israelites were once chosen and then they were no longer chosen? Simply put.
Correct. Correct. And the only, listen, the only ones that are going to be chosen is a very small remnant. And
You heard again where I repeated what he said and I asked him if this was his logic and he said correct.
that's because God cares about his name and the promise he made to Abraham. If it wasn't for that, he was going to throw all y'all in the trash.
So real quick, you answered my question. All praises to the Most High. We got there. So that means
Okay.
Deuteronomy 7:6 is still saying the Israelites are chosen. If your argument is that there's a chronological issue where we're just not chosen anymore at the end of Christ's ministry, do you want to correct your stance and tighten up what you said, or do you want to help me understand something I might be missing there? Now, why is this important? Because we're supposed to prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. If we do that, things shouldn't switch up tomorrow and all of a sudden we disagreeing again because we feel different that day. No, you're supposed to lay that brick down, and then you're supposed to continue to lay bricks in front of you so that we're laying a foundation that we can walk on and continue to build upward. This is not what they want to do. Remember, hamashiach said that he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad, and that's what you're saying right here.
Okay. This is what you're missing. Only a remnant is going to be saved.
Matter of fact, I want y'all to tag J Red _ unfiltered. I want you to tag him wherever you can on YouTube. If you have the ability to make community posts on your YouTube channel, I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart, brothers and sisters, that you tag J Red, or that you get in these comments and you tag J Red in the main comment thread and let him know to come in here. If you see that he's live somewhere on social media, tag him and tell him to come in here and be held accountable for your brother, because I'm doing a social media fast. I'm about to give you the floor. I just want to make sure you're sure about what I want to understand, because you said Deuteronomy 7:6 is not saying that we were chosen. And the brother read it and it plainly said the Israelites were chosen. But now it sounds like what you're saying is we were chosen, but just not anymore. So it seems to be a contradiction in how your argument started off, is why I'm asking you to reiterate.
That's not actually what he said.
That's why I want clarity.
I'll let him clarify that, but that's not actually what he said.
All right, Ash, ready? Ash, take a pencil, write this down, make it suspenseful, all right? Because you have a problem hearing. They were chosen to be something. They didn't become that. Due to them not becoming that, their position is done. The only ones that are going to be saved is a remnant of them. And watch what Paul says. Romans 9:27. Isaiah also cries concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel are as the sand of the sea, only a remnant shall be saved. That's why when you read Romans,
what's crazy is that a remnant of an innumerable multitude is still innumerable. I just want you to understand that, because it's not specified the number. We got 144,000 and an innumerable multitude, right? So that point, it doesn't work.
Romans 9.
That's very clear. We teach that there's only a remnant of Israelites that are going to be saved. So there's no contradictions in both our logic when it comes to that. But what I'm harping on is the fact that you said Israel was not chosen. Now, you said they did not become that. He just said that Israel did not become chosen. Right or wrong?
He said that Israel
IOCK, right or wrong? because this is the
You're
king of
wrong,
not.
brother. Wrong. Now for the third time, listen, Ash. You're a smart dude, bro. Don't get retard mode now.
ILCK, if you're watching this, you look stupid. You look dumb. You look remedial. You look retarded. You look like an idiot.
You're a smart dude. This is the third time. Ready? Simple English.
What's up with
Te
all the
lo puedo
passive
decir en
aggressiveness,
español.
Mr.
Dumber than an empty pinata, man. I'm telling you.
Brother, listen, brother, hold on. Ash, ready? I can speak. Mira, yo hablo español, hablo portugués. I'm going to say it in English for the third time. God chose them to be something. They didn't
But they didn't
become that
become that.
something, brother.
That's what
Correct.
I said. That's what I said.
Correct.
I just
If I choose you to be my Uber, listen. If I choose you to be my Uber driver, but you get drunk and don't make it to my crib, you failed, bro.
But that doesn't change it. Like this is the problem. We're using the English language and you're completely reinventing the meaning of these words, whether or not let's just say the promises of God were that came with a gift receipt, which it says the gifts and callings of God ain't gonna be taken back, but we'll get there later. Let's just say that's the fact. Israel is still chosen. So you don't get to come and say, no, the verse doesn't mean Israel's not chosen because
Stop
X, Y, and Z
saying that.
happened.
He didn't say that. Stop saying that. Jesus
This little bitch, man.
Christ. He didn't
Jay,
say. He literally did not say that. He
I think if
literally
you're
didn't
gonna
say
learn,
that.
Jay, I think if you're gonna learn anything from me is that I'm planning on using all of this footage. Trust and believe. So I'm sitting here making
Go ahead.
repeating. Just remember the last time you rushed answers out of me and you couldn't even
Yeah,
understand.
but
That's
Ash,
not what
don't
he
run to
said,
chop
though.
stuff.
Hold
I'm
on,
He
here.
I
literally
could
said
talk to
they
one of
weren't
Ash,
you at a
I'm
chosen.
time.
here.
I could talk to you one at a time.
Yeah, but
You
Ash,
literally,
listen, Ash,
IOCK,
you
IOCK. You
sounded, listen,
literally
bro,
just said,
listen,
you literally just
listen,
said, I
bro,
understood you.
you sounded
You
like a
literally just
coward.
said, I
This is what you
understood you.
said. Ash, this is what you said. I'm going to take the footage and I'm going to chop it up. I'm here, bro. Stop being a sissy.
When did I say I'm gonna take the footage and chop it up? You know, these dudes, man, they hear little voices in their head and they get to arguing with them.
You talk junk with Christians. I'm here now. Don't go to your house, chop it up. You
Let's
just
deal
said
with the Bible.
promises. No, hold on, Ash.
Let's deal
Ash,
with the Bible.
hold on.
No,
You
ain't
just
no hold
lied,
up
bro.
nothing. First Chronicles 16 and 13 says, O ye seed of Israel, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen ones. At the beginning of the dialogue, when the brother read Deuteronomy 7 and 6, you said that's not what it means.
And
So
he
we're
didn't
dealing with
say.
that right now,
And he
period.
did not say that they weren't chosen. You're
I'm
literally
gonna put it
straw
on
manning his
repeat 4
argument.
times
You
when I
straw
air this
manning his
video.
argument, and it's not true. You
I'm
literally
gonna
misrepresenting what
put
he
it on
said.
repeat 4
That's not
times.
what he said.
So since I'm a man of my word, I said I'm gonna put it on repeat 4 times. We just gotta find it. You know, it shall come to pass.
Say, or whatever smoke y'all have, or whether you.
Yes.
And you were claiming that that means that the Israelites are God's chosen people? That destroys the garbage one West doctrine. That the most retarded doctrine in the history of mankind.
All right, let's get it.
And all right, listen, you was mentioning Deuteronomy 7:6, right?
Yes.
And you were claiming that that means that the Israelites are God's chosen people?
It clearly it says it right in the verse.
Brother, you have what we call reading comprehension problems. It doesn't say that.
No.
He said it don't say that. I gotta repeat it 4 times.
Yes.
And you were claiming that that means that the Israelites are God's chosen people?
It clearly it says it right in the verse.
Brother, you have what we call reading comprehension problems.
Yes.
And you were claiming that that means that the Israelites are God's chosen people?
It clearly it says it right in the verse.
Brother, you have what we call reading comprehension problems. It doesn't say that.
No. Yes.
And you were claiming that that means that the Israelites are God's chosen people?
It clearly it says it right in the verse.
Brother, you have what we call reading comprehension problems. It
Now I hit the minimum, but I got to do it one more
doesn't
time.
say that.
No, you
What
have.
This is crazy. This is what we got to deal with.
That destroys the garbage One West doctrine. That the most retarded doctrine in the history of mankind.
Malik, Daoud, for sure, man. It's definitely madness, and it's scary to observe and see. The Most High can really bug anybody out. So, that's why we got to stay in prayer that we don't end up like these two doofuses, man.
All right, let's get it.
And all right, listen. You was mentioning Deuteronomy 7:6, right?
Yes.
And you were claiming that that means that the Israelites are God's chosen people?
It clearly it says it right in the verse.
Brother, you have what we call reading comprehension problems. It doesn't say that.
No, you
What it
have
says
reading
is,
comprehension.
all right, brother, hold on. Just give me a few seconds.
Hey,
You just
hold
lied,
up,
bro.
nothing. First, Deuteronomy 7:6. Period.
He did not say that they weren't chosen. You're
I'm
literally
gonna put it
straw
on
manning his
repeat 4
argument.
times.
You straw
I kept my word.
manning his argument, and it's not true. You literally misrepresenting what he said. That's not what he said. He said you were chosen and you fell from that position. You're misrepresenting his point.
No, that's what he said the second time when he was asked about what he said.
You told him to
First time
clarify.
around. Exactly. So the first
So
point
what are
that
you
he
talking
made.
about then?
Jay's a fucking retard, bro. Jay, I'm look, listen to what I'm saying. The brother read a scripture. He referenced Deuteronomy 7:6. IOCK came in and said that Deuteronomy 7:6 essentially wasn't saying what the young brother thought he was saying. Then he came and clarified. I understood what he was saying when he tried to clarify. But the problem is that when I air this, he's going to have said something that he's saying that he never said, and you're saying he never said it. But it's going to be right there for everybody to see.
He did not say that they weren't chosen. He said they dropped the ball. It was pretty consistent.
Thank you. No, listen. They play this game. Yo,
he
listen,
said that
Ash.
single time he repeated it. Every single time he said they dropped the ball.
Yo, Jay, this is their tactic, bro. Because he wants to jump out the window because he's scared. He wants to jump out the window. He's gonna try to look for a way to run. Ash, change the subject, bro. Find something good to talk about.
Jay said that God wasn't racist. So I want to talk about racist laws, statutes, and commandments, and I want to find out if God gave the Israelites racist laws, statutes, and commandments, or laws that were based on race. And let me define race. Race means each of the major groupings into which humankind is considered in various theories of context to be divided on the basis of physical characteristics or ancestry. Now, the basis that the Israelites established racism is ancestry, so we can clarify. So when I'm asking you this, I want to know, did God give the Israelites law, statutes, and commandments based on race as in ancestry? Now, I can't make this up. It only gets worse from here, man. That's what I want to know from you, because you said that, we ran away from that last time we talked.
Yo, Jay, can I destroy that nonsense he just said, please? Because that's
Let Jay
doodle talk.
answer first, man.
Yo,
God, you doing something.
No,
I don't even
listen,
know if you're an actual brother, man. Like, I'm over here trying to deal with him for a reason. You'll get your chance. Let him answer
I'm not your brother, bro. I'm not your brother.
I know you're not
I'm the brother of
That's
those who do the will. Ash, let me speak.
Let your brother.
Ash, let me. Yo, he's scared, bro.
He's scared. Let you speak.
He's scared.
Let the brother answer
Bro,
first.
my brother is those who do the will of the Father. You do the will of Abba Bivens. You do the will of Nathaniel. You do the will of the Edomite Sakari leader. That's a white boy.
Now, this is crazy. Now, he's calling the brother Alazar ben Loya an Edomite. He's all he's doing is hurling insults. That's all he's doing. He's weak. He can't deal with us in the Bible, so all he does is over talk on live stream and call brothers all kind of names and hurls all kind of insults. And so nobody takes him seriously. Nobody takes him seriously. But shout out to the brother Alazar Laloya, aka the Gorilla Hebrew of the Sakari, man. Listen to what he says.
You do the will. This, yeah.
Because IOCK
This
is
dude's scared,
I
bro.
just want you to answer first, Jay.
Bro,
And
because
then
you're a
so-
chicken. Because
and then
listen,
you can
I
answer.
see.
That's me with the GoPro pic. I couldn't get the camera that y'all see me on right now for whatever reason. I couldn't get it set up. I used to have a GoPro set up on here, so the software is still uploaded. But yeah, that's me. He's doing that on a blanked out screen. He's the one to the left of the GoPro screen. He won't show his face.
Yo,
I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let him
Wait,
go.
so you
But I
believe
will
white
say,
people are Edomites?
that's so
This is
stupid.
crazy.
That's so
no.
stupid.
This,
so
That's
stupid.
crazy.
You see that? The brother caught that. He cut himself trying to call Alazar Edomite, knowing that his mom is a Edomite. So this disingenuous fool, man, he confessed that the white man is the Edomite, even though that's not how lineage works. Don't think
But
what I believe is this, ready? What I believe is this. Ash loves to act hardcore with unknowledgeable Christians. He got a Christian up in his face right now, ready to
you're
talk
definitely
about.
a
See,
knowledgeable
stop
Christian. You
interrupting
just
me,
got a
bro.
lot of voice in the room. All you do is run your goddamn mouth.
Brother,
We could have touched on 3 different
I'm
scriptures by
here.
now.
I'm knocking on your door. What's up?
I know
What's
you're
up?
here, and
Let's talk
you're
about the
a
Bible.
wedgie, bro. You're a wedgie. That's all you are. I'm asking Jay to answer a
A
question
wedge?
first, so we can build
Pause.
on the conversation that
Pause.
we was having the last time. And you're sitting here ruining the
I'll
clout.
keep my answer short, and then I'll let you go real quick because
Thank you. That's all I
my
ask.
answer is gonna be real short. But yeah, I would say that it's not based off of race, based like the way you're portraying it. You're portraying it out of context.
If I show you one, can you give me
It's not
a
based off
Jaeger?
of race. It's based off of what those races and those bloodlines were doing. If you say anything other than that, you're taking it out of context.
Well,
Now,
let's just look at the text. Will you suffer me that?
We're not gonna do that. Like I said, I'm gonna let him
He's scared. You see this pussy stuff, man. Like, look.
go, and y'all can go back at it
So,
if y'all want to.
so I. You see how much of a buster Jay is, man. Okay, I'm gonna ask you about Deuteronomy 23 and 19 through 20. I want to know if these are racist laws, as in laws based on ancestry. It says, "Thou shalt not lend upon usury." And for those of you who don't know, usury is now. We don't even have to go as far down as Deuteronomy 23 and 19. We could just go to Deuteronomy 23 and we can start at the top, right? Now, you remember how we define race. We define race as people sharing a common ancestor. Deuteronomy 23, and I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, "A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter the congregation of Yahweh. An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh." That's race. That's lineage. If your father's an Ammonite or a Moabite, you're an Ammonite or a Moabite. And therefore, because of that, the law stipulates that you cannot enter into the congregation, even up to your 10th generation. A generation is approximately 75 years, give or take. So this is damn near sarcasm, saying that if you're an Ammonite or a Moabite, you can never enter into the congregation. And it continues to mention race, right? It continues to mention race. And they like to go here to say you can't hate an Edomite, where it says, "Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite." What's an Edomite? An Edomite means descendant of Edom. It's quite simple. "For he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian." What's an Egyptian? Well, essentially, an Egyptian is somebody who descends from Mitzrayim in this context. So, a Mitzrayim is what? A descendant of Mitzrayim, because that was a stranger in his land. Now, although it does give a reason behind it, it's still saying that this race of people You're to treat it a certain way. When you're dealing with the Ammonite or a Moabite, it's still saying that that race of people you treat a certain way. These are laws based off of lineage. I don't know why it got to be so difficult for a Christian to deal with, right? Keeping it super simple. But let's go down a little bit to the scripture that I asked him about. Let me see. Look, it says there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel. That's based off race. You Israelite sisters, you better not be no whores. Look at this. This is what I asked him about, though, and he wanted to play a game, and you'll see his corny explanation. Deuteronomy 23:19 says, "Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury." You see that? The nakari, which means what? Stranger, strange, alien, strange, foreigner, foreign, alien, unknown, familiar. You understand what I'm saying? So these things are based off of race. The Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to in the land whither thou goest to possess it. Look, man, but they can't deal with this, so they got to run interference. 1 Peter 2:9. I love to go there. Loan that has interest that adds on to it. It says, "Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to in the land whither thou goest to possess it." Is that based on race, as in ancestry?
No, that's based on them joining themselves to the Lord. Once a stranger joins himself to the Lord, he's considered one people with the Israelites. Let's go to the Levitical law. Numbers
Now watch, the same pattern is going to take place again, because we're going to try to pin him to this logic, and he's going to play a sick game.
15:14. If a stranger sojourn with you, or whosoever be among you in your generation, and will offer an offering made of fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord, as ye do, so shall he do. One ordinance shall be for you of the congregation, and also for the stranger that sojourns with you. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. One law and one manner of people. When the stranger joins himself to the Lord, he is no longer considered a stranger. And that's the problem with the Israelites. They forget that. They forget that in the 5 books of the Torah, there was always a stipulation for the stranger to become God's people. You went to the book of Deuteronomy. Let me cut you right there. Deuteronomy 29, verse 9. Keep therefore the words, because listen, Jay.
Now we're going to pause him real quick, because he read this out of context as well. He said, when you join yourself to the Lord, you become a brother. Well, this is the problem. It's not talking about grafting in. It's not talking about converting or anything like that. It's talking about sacrifices. There's one law for the sacrifices. The things that we are supposed to bring to the altar, there's not a respect of persons when it comes to that. Look, Numbers 15, I'm going to start at 12. According to the number that you shall prepare, so shall you do to everyone according to their number. Hold on, I'm not sharing my screen, my bad. All that are born of the country shall do these things after this manner, in offering an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if a stranger sojourn with you, or whosoever be among you in your generations, and will offer an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord, as ye do, so as ye do, so shall he do. One ordinance shall be for you of the congregation. That's easy. And also for the stranger that sojourneth with you, an ordinance forever in your generations, as ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. One law and one manner shall be for you and the stranger that sojourneth with you. You don't get to read into that, oh, he joined himself to the Lord and now he's an Israelite and he's not a stranger anymore. Otherwise, they're not strangers anymore, but they're still being referred to that way. One law in one manner shall be for you and for the stranger that sojourneth with you. Dumbass Christians, bro. But this is what we got to deal with. And you know what? We do it with honor and for the name's sake of the Most High.
One West cult members swear that the strangers were never part of the covenant.
Right.
Watch me destroy that whole buffoonery.
100%.
Deuteronomy 29 verse 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. Yea, stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, Israelites, your elders, Israelites, your officers with all the men of Israel, all Israelites, your little ones, your wives, and also thy stranger that is in thy camp, that thou should enter into covenant with the Lord, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself. What the Abba Bivens
Whoa. Pause. So he's telling, so watch this. Let's just look at this practically. Deuteronomy 23, 29 and 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. Ye stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water, that thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God, into his oath which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, that he may be unto thee a God, as he have said unto thee, and as he sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day before the Lord our God, and also with him that is not with us here this day, which means that this is going to transcend generations. Now, let's just look at something. Deuteronomy, we're going to look at 28. This should be essential for us. It says, it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to observe to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Let's read some of these blessings. This is very important. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Now, watch this. Verse 7, the Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee and thy storehouse and all that thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God give thee. What do I want to find? Hold on. Just 1 second. Look at verse 12. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Right? And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them. Now, does this apply to the Gentiles? No, because watch this. We're going to go down to the curses now. We're going to just 1 second. Hold on. So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 43, right? So the strangers are among us, the hewers of our wood and the drawers of our water. If the curses apply to those strangers, why does it say this? Why does it say that instead of us being the head, they become the head? It's because they're not the same. The covenant don't work the way that they're trying to portray it to, which is why when it comes to us being redeemed from the curse of the law, part of those curses is those very Gentiles being above us. So they couldn't be saved from the curse of the law, because a part of our curses is that they're coming up. And a part of our salvation is them coming back down. You see that? There's always going to be a polarity between us. We're always going to be on opposite ends. So it says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low, and he shall lend unto thee, and thou shalt not lend unto him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Going to show you what? They're used to chastise the sons. They are not the sons receiving the chastisement. Who's following me? Who's following me?
Package didn't teach him was that
Yo,
the strangers.
Let me
Ash,
ask you
no. Give me a few seconds. Yeah, show some decorum, brother. Show some decorum. Let me finish.
The floor. Just explain how you become one with the children of Israel, like out your own mouth.
By joining yourself to the Lord, brother.
How? How does that process go is what I'm asking. And I'm listening to the rest of what you said, or you can finish. But I just want you to add that in there.
Okay. The Lord in the Old Testament had stipulations to join themselves to him. You had to act a certain way. Like when Cain, watch this. Cain had an opportunity to join God. Watch what God tells Cain. God told Cain.
I asked him how a stranger becomes one with the Lord or one with the Israelites, and he goes to Cain. Problems.
God told Cain in Genesis 4:6, and the Lord said unto Cain, this is the people that Israelite claim are the worst people on earth, Cain. Watch what God even told him. And the Lord said unto Cain, why are you wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If you do well, Cain, shall I not accept you? Headshot. So what the heck are you talking about? All throughout the Bible, everybody could join themselves to the Lord. That's nothing new, bro.
I'm asking you what that process looked like. You read Deuteronomy. That's excellent. I hear you saying that if you join yourself to the Lord, you're not a stranger no more. How do you join yourself to the Lord? What does that process look like is what I asked you.
I mean, like
the same way it looks like when you do it.
Exactly, Jay. What do you have to do to join?
The same way it looks like when you do it, Ash. What does the process look like to you?
You don't. Now, here's the dumb thing. He's pretending like he knows me, and he's trying to pass the buck, and he's trying to wiggle out of it. I had to be born this way, so there's no incidents where I have to become a Jew or become an Israelite or become a part of the Israelites. So try again, dummy. Know me. I would like for you to answer the question.
I know you, Ash. I know you very well. You're an Abba Bivens flunky. I'm from Harlem. You're 100.
This is supposed to be a teaching opportunity for everybody that's watching, and you can't just answer the question. I don't know what your problem is.
Bro, I'm not here to teach. I'm here to expose your false buffoonery doctrine.
If you're not here to teach, you're in the way, quite frankly. Like, notice I
can't. No. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you and your Abba Bivens. Brother, can I speak for 10 seconds? I'm trying to get you and your Abba Bivens buffoonery out of here.
You the most long-winded
Then
dude ever. So I
yeah.
asked you what
Yo,
the
but
process looks
Jay,
like.
notice how
I
he
asked
ain't
you what the
cutting me with
process
nothing,
looks
Jay,
like,
right?
and you're saying
Yeah.
everything but.
Yeah,
You're acting
it's
like somebody
like,
scared to talk to
yeah,
you. He said he ain't. Notice he ain't cutting me with nothing. I'm not trying to cut you. You're cutting yourself. When I ask you questions, you can't even
it's kind
answer
of
the
funny.
simple question.
I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of funny. But yeah, to answer your question, as far as the ceremony and the
Watch this, bro. This is nuts.
ritual, I mean, you could say that that's anything specific. I mean, it's different for different groups of people, but the actual process involves it involves confessing your sins before Jesus Christ and basically repenting
Mm.
and committing your life.
What? I asked how you become one with the Israelites, and he's saying you give your life to Christ. Let's just run it back a little.
Claim are the worst people on earth, Cain. Watch what God even told him. And the Lord said unto Cain, why are you wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If you do well, Cain, shall I not accept you? Headshot. So what the heck are you talking about? All throughout the
So
Bible, everybody could join themselves to the Lord. That's
again,
nothing new, bro.
I'm
That's nothing
asking you
new.
what that process looked like. You read Deuteronomy. That's excellent. I hear you saying that if you join yourself to the Lord, you're not a stranger no more. If you join yourself to the Lord, you're not a stranger no more. Now he said that you become with one, you become part of the children of Israel through sacrifice earlier. How do you join yourself to the Lord? What does that process look like? Is what I asked you.
I mean, like the actual
The same way it
ceremony
looks
or
like
the
when you do it.
Exactly, Jay. What do you have to
The
do to join
same
yourself to the Lord?
way it looks like when you do it, Ash. What
You
does the
don't know me.
process look like to you?
You don't know me. I would like for you to answer the question.
I
I'm
know
being
you, Ash. I know you very well. You're an Abba Bivens flunky.
wanted
I'm
to
from
be here,
Harlem.
and
You're a hundred and
this is supposed to be a teaching opportunity for everybody that's watching, and you can't just answer the question. I don't know what your problem
bro. I'm
is,
not
dude.
here to teach. I'm
This
not
is
here to teach. I'm here to expose your false
if you're not
buffoonery
here to
doctrine.
teach, if you're not here to teach, you're in the way. Quite frankly, like notice
No, no, no. I'm trying to get you. I'm
I
trying to
came in
get
here with a
you
whole
and
different
your Abba
agenda.
Bivens. Brother, can I speak for 10 seconds? I'm trying to get you
Speak
and your
for 10
Abba
seconds
Bivens
on the
buffoonery
10
out of
minutes.
here.
You the most long-winded
Then,
dude ever. So I
yeah.
asked you what
Yo,
the
but
process looks
Jay,
like.
notice how
I
he
asked
ain't
you what the
cutting me with
process
nothing,
looks
Jay,
like,
right?
and you're saying everything but. You're acting like somebody scared to talk to you. But when I ask you questions, you can't even
it's kind
answer
of
the
funny.
simple question.
I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of funny. But yeah, to answer your question, as far as the ceremony and the ritual, I mean, you could say that that's anything specific. I mean, it's different for different groups of people, but the actual process involves it involves confessing your sins before Jesus Christ and basically repenting
Mm.
and committing your life. You're basically being born again. That's what.
Now, where is this concept in the time in which this dude is saying that you could become one with the Israelites when he's reading from the book of Numbers? Where's come to Christ, right? That's what's going over this dumbass dude's head.
The ceremony is the quote unquote ceremony. It's you repenting and being and devoting your life to Christ, being born again, and therefore then you go on to be baptized into the Holy Spirit, but you become one in Christ through the Holy Spirit. That is why, how, and what the scripture says. You become one through the Holy Spirit. That's why in Galatians it says there is neither Jew nor Gentile through Christ. Because at the end of the
So
day, if you accept Christ, then and you accept Christ, and then you follow Christ's law, and th- that th- that is that. I mean, that's the key component of it. It's faith. If you have
so
faith, you'll do the law, and not that Mosaic law that y'all try to frame it out to be, but it's Christ's law.
Mm.
It's
so
Christ's
so
law,
Yep.
so
and
real
when you do
quick,
Christ's
Yep.
law, then
you're
you
you're
there. No,
you're
you. I mean,
answering
you asked the
you're
question,
answering the
so
wrong question.
let me finish
No,
answering
you're
the
not
question.
answering.
Ash,
No,
Ash, let
I'm
him talk,
100%
Ash.
answering
Let
the
him
Bro,
talk.
shut
question.
up,
I'm
bro. Like me and
100%
Jay is
answering the
talking.
question.
Ash,
He's not.
I'm
You're not
show some
answering.
decorum. Let
I'm
Jay talk.
100%. I'm
Let Jay
100%
talk,
answering the
Ash.
question.
Jay,
I'm
you're not answering the question
I'm
I asked. You're answering about
100%
how is he? How is he answering the question I asked? New
answering the question.
Testament.
You want me to tell you
No, you're
something about a ritual? Like,
I'm
it
talking
is.
about the old covenant. We're talking about the old covenant. That's why
No,
I'm trying
no,
to
no, no,
stop.
no, no, no. That's not what I. That's not what we were talking about.
That's not what we were talking about. When were we talking about Christ? We were talking about Deuteronomy 23. And then this idiot IOCK goes to the book of Numbers. What has this dude been doing the whole time? What manner of rock is he smoking?
You
Bro,
asked
we were
what
just
is the,
reading, we
you
were just
asked
reading
what does it
Leviticus and
look like
Deuteronomy.
when you
Ash,
said
let him
what does it,
talk,
you
bro.
said what does
Show some
yeah,
decorum,
you
bro.
said
We were
what does
just
it look
reading
like when
Leviticus
someone
and
gives their
Deuteronomy.
life to when joins themselves with Christ. That's what you said.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, I
That's
did not say
100%
anything
what you
about
said.
I did not say anything about joining yourself to Christ. I
What the
said
heck?
what no, this is
Yo, Jay,
crazy.
this is
I
crazy, bro.
literally we were reading Leviticus and we were reading Deuteronomy.
You
And
said how
so
does one
when
join
I
Correct.
themselves to Christ?
what does Christ have
You
to
s-
do with Deuteronomy and Leviticus with regards to the old covenant? I'm asking about an old covenant process. So I asked what so
Okay,
this is
Ash, let me answer that. Ash, listen,
well
listen.
you did
Ash,
well,
just
you
breathe.
you see the interference, then I can't reiterate the question for the brother now that he's listening. This demon wants to run the interference.
Ash, breathe.
Jay
Breathe,
Jay
listen,
is
because you're
listening.
acting
Jay
crazy.
is
Just
listening.
breathe.
Jay
Ash,
is listening.
Ash, listen,
So
listen.
bro, this
The
is
brother's
nuts.
right because ready? Yo, this dude can't. Yo, Ash, just calm down, bro. Listen,
You are a
you was
retard.
asking,
Hold on.
you was
Hold
asking,
on.
Ash, can I
Hold
speak?
on. Hold
Yo, my
on.
God. Yo, Jay,
Hold on.
these people are
You've
shook,
been,
bro. These people are
hold
shook.
on.
it's
You've
crazy.
been running your mouth. Hold on. So Jay, what he said was that people could become one with the Israelites, and we were talking about within the old covenant. So what I asked him was, what does that process look like?
That's not
You
what you
understand what
said.
I'm saying?
That's not what you
Okay.
said.
Look, bro. Look, man. Look, family. You look, shout out to all the brothers that are doing this work in sincerity and all the sisters that are, living the faith in correspondence with the gospel. And shout out to those of you that's actually hitting the highways and the hedges and having these dialogues and honestly trying to build the kingdom in the most high's name. Right? Well, hamashiach Yahawashi. This is not easy. This is a real labor of love, man. So make sure that you're not having respect of persons in judgment, but you giving real respect to brothers that are doing this labor of love, man, because this is hard to endure. At the end of the day, we're still beings that have to live in the flesh and to deal with frustrating situations like this, man. I'm telling you, and then have to deal with the rigors of this world at the same time is not easy. I just want to say that, shout out, respect, to the brothers that's really holding it down for the sake of the Most High in the name of His Son.
Now
Well,
you
guess
can
what?
now
I'm gonna
I'll
put
give
that,
you the
I'm gonna
same
put that
grace to
on review.
say that you can change and say that's what you meant, but that's not what you said. You
That is
100%
what I
asked how
said.
does one.
Be among you in your generations and will offer an offering made of fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord, as ye do, so shall he do. One ordinance shall be for you of the congregation, and also for the stranger that sojourns with you. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. One law and one manner of people. When the stranger joins himself to the Lord, he is no longer considered a stranger. And that's the problem with the Israelites. They forget that. They forget that in the 5 books of the Torah, there was always a stipulation for the stranger to become God's people. You went to the book of Deuteronomy. Let me cut you right there. Deuteronomy 29, verse 9. Keep therefore the words, because listen, Jay, these One West cult members swear that the strangers were never part of the covenant.
Right.
Watch me destroy
100%.
that whole buffoonery.
100%.
Deuteronomy 29, verse 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. Yea, stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, Israelites, your elders, Israelites, your officers, with all the men of Israel, all Israelites, your little ones, your wives, and also thy stranger that is in thy camp, that thou should enter into covenant with the Lord, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself. What the Abba Bivens precept package didn't teach him was that
Yo,
the
let me ask
strangers
you.
all
Let me
Ash,
ask
no,
you a
no, no, no,
question.
no. Give me a few seconds.
Let me ask you a
Show some
question.
decorum, brother.
Answer.
No,
I want
show
you to
some
answer the
decorum.
question.
Let me finish.
Lord, just explain how you become one with the children of Israel, like out your own mouth. Remember, he said that's not what I asked originally. That's all we're talking about. How do you become one with the children of Israel?
By joining yourself to the Lord, brother.
How? How does that process go?
Decorum. Let me finish.
Lord, just explain how you become one with the children of Israel, like out your own mouth. So you can finish, but I just want you to add that in there.
Okay.
So you can finish.
The Lord, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself. What the Abba Bivens precept package didn't teach him was that
Yo,
the
let me ask
strangers
you.
all
Let me
Ash,
ask
no,
you a
no, no, no,
question.
no. Give me a few seconds.
Let me ask you
Show
a
some
question.
decorum, brother.
Answer. I want
Show
you to
some
answer the
decorum.
question.
Let me finish.
Lord, just explain how you become one with the children of Israel, like out your own mouth. But he lied. He said I didn't say that though. Question.
Then clarify.
Ash, stop being a sissy and be quiet for 10 seconds.
If we can talk one on one,
The
this is
brother's
nuts.
right because ready? Yo, this dude can't. Yo, Ash, just calm down, bro. Listen,
You are a
you was
retard.
asking.
Hold on.
And I told you
Becoming
how.
one with. Becoming one.
Ash, I didn't say that, bro. Let me talk, bro. You're acting crazy. Listen, for the 10th time, bro. Nobody listen. Just chill. Yo, Ash, can we speak, bro?
I'm dropping the link to my channel in the chat. Y'all come join
I
me.
told you he's gonna run, Jay. Jay, I told you he's gonna run. He's a coward.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, we gonna go live on the incinerator tomorrow about this. These two nut
Ash,
baskets. Hidden Warren Shalom at the Water Family.
you're a coward, bro. Let Jay talk.
You're right. You can't have an adult conversation with people that act like this.
You're not.
If we can
No.
talk one on one and
This is
we
the
can talk
second
one on
time
one.
you done ran because people ain't letting you do your gymnastics. That's not fair.
Nobody's running. You're not listening, and you're sitting here contradicting yourselves, and it looked bad. I'm not trying to embarrass nobody.
Ash.
Did I try to stall him out, or did I try to stall him out?
Listen, Ash, can you be quiet for 10 seconds, bro?
The question, Jay, that you think I asked had nothing to do with what IOCK was bringing up.
Yes, it does. Let me explain. Yo, Ash, can you be quiet for 10 seconds?
IOCK. You see that? They just trying to grapple for whatever win they perceive to be winning. You know, it doesn't matter if it's honesty and integrity to it. As long as you could feel like you won up the Israelite, that's a terrible spirit to exist in. If you're gonna want us up, but do it with the scriptures, do it with actual understanding. Don't be a goddamn don't be the B word.
Yo, Jay, tell that dude to shut his mouth for 10 seconds, bro.
Yeah,
hey, Jay,
coward.
Seriously,
Jay, you see how corny you look. I'm gonna get up with you, Jay.
I'm saying you can't make a point and then not give people a chance to counter the point, right?
I didn't make a point. I asked a question. You started answering the wrong question.
If you asked the question, then let him answer.
You were if I ask you a question, I'm supposed to let somebody else answer. One answering the question, and you answered the wrong question.
Then clarify.
Ash, stop being a sis.
It's hard being the only one in the room that know what the fuck is going on, bro. I'm telling you, this is not for the faint of heart, bro.
See, and be quiet for 10 seconds.
My bad, Jack. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Please.
Let him answer the question then. This is like everything else is unnecessary.
I asked you the question, though.
This dude's scared, bro. This dude's scared, Jay. This dude's terrified.
Do you remember the question that I asked? I'm so scared, man, that I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here going into the scriptures that you brought out, thoroughly debunking it and showing that you the one that is contradicting yourself throughout the whole dialogue. Do you?
Ash, can I answer the question for 10 seconds? Just give me 10 seconds.
Make sure that y'all blast these clips on your social media and tag Jay in it. Do that for your brother. If you want to support the ministry, shoot, Cash Apps is good. Sharing the links, that's amazing. But if you really want to get in there and support FOG, support your brother Ash and the whole ministry, man, take clips from this and share it on your social media and tag Jay's retarded ass into it.
I didn't come here to talk to you, Clout Chaser. Nobody cares about
you. Guys of the Zealot. Shout out Guys of the Zealot, man. I don't know if y'all heard his music, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you heard his music, but the man go hard. You know what I'm saying? Guys of the Zealot. Shout out to that brother. And shout out to Sakari. Shout out to the brothers across the four corners of this thing, man. That's bringing this word instant in season and out of season. But yeah, Jay keep rolling his eyes, man. It looked like he's off the opiates.
Yo,
that's what I understand.
Ash,
I actually care about getting through to Jay. I don't care about
Jay. This dude is a sucker. This dude's a sucker, bro. I'm telling you, he's a straight sucker.
Do me
clown. He's a clown.
Drop your email in the chat and we can talk one-on-one. It don't even
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, sucker. Get off the phone, punk.
You see, yeah, I'm starting to get hot, bro. You know he's not gonna talk. You look, I am for damn sure that he's not gonna talk to me like that in person. But you see how they behave on the internet, and these are supposed to be Christians showing the fruits of the spirit and the things they like to accuse us of. I've been nothing but courteous the entire time, and this is how I get talked to. But it's all good because hereunto are ye called.
It don't even have to be on recording. And IOCK, I promise you, if you ever came to me and opened your mouth to say that to my face, I don't care what it looks like. I'll put your teeth on the
shut your mouth,
curve.
bro. You're a coward, bro. I'm here right now. I'm here right now.
I'm here right now, bro. You know how hot that made look. Oh my God. To have somebody talk to you in this manner, talking about I'm here, trying to provoke you as though we're really face to face to get them up. You said, did I hear anything he said after I left? Nah. Isaiah 28:10. I don't know what he said. Put me on game. What did he say about Isaiah 28:10? And I'm gonna bring it up on the screen so we can read it as a family. Isaiah 28:10. I believe that's what you said. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little. Yes, sir. I wonder what he said about that.
Now, bro.
Internet thug, bro. And you're corny and you're disrupting something that could have been constructive. But Jay, just put your email.
Then why don't you let us respond for 10 seconds?
When somebody's response doesn't match what you said, you just know that you're dealing with an effeminate. I said you're disrupting something that could have been productive, and his response is, then why don't you let us respond? The key to the issue is IOCK was not invited by me to have the discussion. I came on the live to finish a discussion with Jay. He's inserting himself in it because he's trying to get points with the Christian community. He's just trying to be the center of attention. He's like the ugly girl that came to the party with the cute girl, and when she's not getting the attention, she blows things up for everybody. That's what IOCK is.
Because I don't want to talk to you. You're corny and you're weird. And I'm about to expose
I'm
that
weird.
right
You're
now.
a coward, bro. And you're a coward, bro.
Jay, can you do that? Just put your email in the chat. Jay, we'll talk one-on-one. I will not publicize it. I promise.
You see this? I'm off. I'm telling the brother, look, I won't even post it on the internet. I'm willing to give him the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? But he rejects that.
That's my word. I mean, it's going to be
because he don't want to be corrected.
Be publicized. Why wouldn't it be publicized?
No, I'm saying me and you can have one-on-one conversation. It does not have to be.
Can you speak right now, though? Can you speak right now?
I think what he's saying is valid.
Right now, but I can't deal with you. I blocked you from my channel for a reason, IOCK. Jay, I care about, but you can.
Because Ash, you're afraid to hear the response, bro. You're afraid.
Like, bro,
nobody's worried about your response. You don't remember your own responses, and I'm about to expose.
Then let us respond, please, Ash. Please.
You don't remember your own responses, and I'm about to expose it. IOCK's responses, then let us respond. You could tell he's a maniac by this point. So anybody wondering why I don't debate him, unless it's formal and moderated by a third party that could be, a witness that's unbiased, I would never purposely engage IOCK. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, all I want is the fade with the dude. And I'm not talking about the spiritual fade. And you're going to see why. Because he comes out his mouth to say something very disrespectful. And me, as a minister to the saints, I had to draw the line there. You're going to see, though.
You claim to care about somebody like when you only reason you care is literally because you think I'm part of your cult. Like, that's crazy. That's not.
I mean,
that's
that's
not
enough,
genuine.
that's enough for me. Say what you want, but I'll deal with you one on one. You're a follower of Christ, so either way, your obligation is to get through to me. So let's put it like that. Then
Hell no, hell no, liar, liar. This dude's a piece of garbage, bro.
Actually,
What did I lie about?
technically, the Bible say after the second time, I'm supposed to just leave y'all be.
Well, let's work it out because we haven't had a chance today. We haven't had a chance today. This dude on here, we haven't had a chance today.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying, as a brother, hit me up.
I think you're misunderstanding what's going on. What it is you just being met with the same energy that your people come with. That's really.
So I'm being met with the energy that somebody else has come with because I didn't come to him with that energy. You see how ridiculous that is? That's cold.
Thank you.
Your narrative is that we're all disrespectful, but when somebody comes respectful, you're disrespectful to them. And somehow that makes you better than them. I don't understand it.
I come with intelligence. This dude don't remember what
I'm just saying this. I'm just saying this as somebody who has been who has been observing the Hebrew Israelites heavily over the last couple weeks. Christians have literally had to adapt.
So look, I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit, and I'm gonna end up airing this. Matter of fact, let me get you the YouTube channel because what I'm gonna do is just upload this whole video to the Fire of God main channel so that y'all can observe, the whole exchange. Hold on. But what I need to first do is give you the link to the main channel. Just give me a second, family. I assure you that as I do this more and more, you know what I'm saying, it'll get a lot easier for me. So I appreciate y'all bearing with your brother, man. I surely do. So real quick. So y'all see this link? Fire God Hebrew Israelites. I'm gonna give it 30 seconds. What I want y'all to do is make sure that y'all go subscribe to the channel right now. Make sure you click that link because that's where the entirety of this video is going to be uploaded within the hour. It might not be available right away, but I'm about to jump right on it. I'm going to give it 30 seconds. Click that link for me. Hell with it. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. All praises, all praises. I already got the upload started right now.
and change the way that they interact with people just to combat and to deal with the tactics that you guys execute. So I'm just saying, like,
Can I ask a
you're not finna just act like he's doing something like just out of the ordinary. This is literally what y'all do.
Can I ask a question?
Thank you.
I got history with him, Jay. Jay, I care about
Can
you. I
I?
don't care about you.
Ash, you run from me every time. You're a coward, bro. You run from me.
Nobody's
Hold on.
running
Can I
from
ask a question?
Ash.
All right. Listen,
I
Ash,
wanted to.
just shut your mouth and let your boy talk. Thank you.
I actually wanted to ask a question to Ash because I'm really not built up enough for this, and I don't have a problem admitting that. Um, Are you dropping the link to your channel so I can see you deal with some of this? Because I'm led to believe that actually I'm sure that what you're saying, IOCK, is this utter fuckery and nonsense. I'm gonna be real with you, but I'm interested.
Shout out to that, brother. Brother, if you in the chat right now, man, make yourself known. I need to know. I need to put some sort of face with the voice, man. Shout out to this brother.
Getting here, brother Ash, deal with these points. Are you dropping the link to your channel for that?
Yes, brother, I got you.
Then listen, why don't you guys
Okay.
go kiss,
Hold on, hold
go
on, hold
kiss,
on,
and go
hold
talk in the
on,
other thing?
hold on. Let me deal with Ash because like I said, I
Hold
believe you dealing with
on,
fuckery and
Ash.
nonsense.
I'm not
All right.
even gonna fake it.
Listen,
I'm not even gonna fake it. I don't really want to put my email in this thing because I don't want them trolling my business email. I ain't even
It's
gonna
all good. I put
yeah.
my email in there, brother. You can hit me up.
yeah,
Jay.
or
You
or
can
like
hit me
just
up.
Because
I don't know, like my IG and all that stuff is on my YouTube page.
It's all good. I put my email in the chat.
Okay.
You see it?
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
hit me.
all right,
Let
and
me say this,
hold
Jay.
on.
Ready?
But
Ho-
I'm just saying though.
Yeah, Jay.
Okay, Pond Night, Shalom, man. The water for the support, man. You hung in there. You know, tap in with the school, man. Fire God Classroom at gmail.com.
Hey, let me
Damn.
If
speak
you
for
do
10
go on your
seconds, Jay.
channel and run, I am saying though that is pretty weak. I'm just gonna say, like, yeah, just
Nah,
before we keep going.
nobody's running Jay, man. What I'll tell you is I'll stay here, but you got to kick him off, and then you can bring him on when we're done. I just can't deal with his
Well, why not
antics.
just answer the
I'm
question,
not doing
Ash? Just
that.
answer the.
Yeah, I
Yo,
mean, yeah,
Jay, listen, right? Jay, let me
yeah.
speak, Jay.
Go ahead.
I mean, who
Jay,
did I
listen,
ask you
give
to
me
come?
10 seconds,
Who did
Jay.
I ask to come talk to? Jay, was it you or was it this groupie? It wasn't. It was you.
This dude.
So it's like, why am I gonna stay and deal with this? I don't care about this dude. I'm supposed to be preparing a
Because
lesson for
you
tomorrow.
act tough in the street with non-Israelites.
Well,
Jay
pull up
was
on me in
talking
the street.
about,
Then.
you was
Pull up
asking,
on
yo,
me in the
Ash, can
street.
you shut your mouth, Ash? Ash,
Nah,
shut your
because I'm
mouth for
talking
Yo,
2
to you,
seconds.
Jay.
you being mad
Because
disrespectful,
you're
bro.
a
Like you need to
coward,
chill.
bro.
I
Because
mean,
you
I'm
and
just
your
saying, like,
Sakari Edomite leader, you and your 5'2" deacon buddy, you guys are
You're like,
cowards, bro.
you're
I'm
like, you see how he came at the deacon? You see how he came at the strong deacon of the Sakari, man? All it is envy. All it is envy. Hate for the men of the Lord. That's all it is. Shout out to the deacon, by the way.
a
The
Christian
doggone
all in your face, and just pull your skirt up then. Then shut your
you're,
mouth, bro.
you're like a
Shut your mouth.
doggone.
So Jay, listen,
You're weird.
Jay, when you were
That's
bringing
how
up
that's how
Christ,
Christians talk, right?
this doing on your
That's how
talk.
Christians talk.
Hey, but
Yeah.
brother,
All right. So listen,
what's your name?
can you guys, Jay, can you tell him to be quiet for 10
yeah,
seconds?
like, all right, like, yeah, we're gonna have to get some order to this. Like I said, what we're gonna do is, Ash, if you want to stay, you can stay. If you don't. But we're gonna address the question because we all heard what you said and it's recorded. So I mean, like I said, if you want to leave, like I said, you probably gonna stream about it, talk about it. But I mean, like, I'm just saying, I'm just saying that just so you know, we're not gonna let this narrative continue that I'm getting cooked or anything like that because right now you basically
If
like
there's a
it's
narrative,
equal footing right now.
if there's a narrative that you got cooked, I didn't come in here to cook you that day. That might be just be what happened. To be
It's
honest,
not.
I was
It's not what
that was
happened, but it's
that was not what I came in here to do. I tried to create a teaching moment, and it seemed like you was on something else, like because you would not reciprocate my energy. You was like, just make your point, huffing and puffing, and I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to walk with you because you're saying that we're missing context. I'm trying to show you from my perspective, and that's just called objectivity. So if I'm trying to lend you the opportunity to objectively look at my point the same way I would yours.
Hey, Gaza the Zealot, you feel me? That's how we're built up, and unbeknownst to this loser, that's hiding his face, man, he gonna get slapped something awful if we ever cross paths.
Then that's what we should be able to do. That's how you build. You don't just throw scriptures at each other and they're supposed.
So we're gonna skip around a bit. Y'all gotta tap into the channel Fire God main page in order to see this in its entirety. But we're gonna skip to a key moment because they butcher the scriptures a whole lot more. I trust and believe that. Now let me skip forward. Let me see.
Thank you, Jay. You said Galatians 3:8, Ash.
What happened?
I said you're just being a
You know what,
weirdo.
Jay? Gotta speak to this dude.
You're
I'm just being
thirsty.
weird because you're getting cut. Because you're getting cut and you're looking stupid.
You're not cutting anything. You just talk a lot and you're loud. And I'm
Brother,
tired.
is
I work all
Galatians
day.
3
And I came on here to
is
build with a
Galatians,
brother.
and you're going to be working more in the kingdom, and you're going to be working more in the field. Now, listen to me. Galatians 3:8 is that
The Bible is speaking on.
Which science do you respect?
Okay, so
Question to you is: you believe in this, I guess, religion / historical? To be fair, I still don't understand what you guys are. But as a Black Israelite,
As an Israelite.
my question: what happened?
I said as an Israelite.
He was correcting you for saying Black Israelite.
So, my question to you is this: what scientific connection do you have towards the people that you believe the Bible is speaking on?
Which science do you respect? We got history, we got archaeology, we got anthropology. Huh?
Archaeology is not entirely a science.
Now this is amazing. Now I didn't talk to this brother for long at all, but he's asking me what science supports our arguments. I said history, prophecy, anthropology, archaeology.
I'm referring to physical science, as in, do you have any actual genetic lineage connect?
Genetics. Now watch this. People don't understand this about genetics, and they're gonna end up cutting themselves. Mind you, you'll catch him saying basically that archaeology is not a science. But what I want you to understand, and they're going to reveal this, they're not going to repent, but they're going to reveal that genetics in the way that it's presented, guess what? It all falls apart without archaeology. So the results that you find, right, when you get your DNA tested, it hinges on archaeology, but he's going to discount anthropology. And I told him the type of anthropology that I like to examine is oral tradition, right? And oral traditions, anthropology is what a lot of what archaeology hinges on. But they're idiots. They don't notice. They just regurgitate things. But watch how they cut themselves.
To any of the people that your religion says you are.
So you mean genealogy?
Brother, he means what physical proof do you have to connect yourself to the Israelites? It's simple, Ash. Stop being crazy,
let
bro.
me talk to the dude that's talking to me. Have some respect.
No.
Because you're doing sorcery. Do you mean some type of physical being? It's like, come on, bro, just talk.
And at least the dude that's asking the question had the balls to tell this dude, man, you're being disruptive.
I can't hear you, man. I'm sorry. I really want to do this.
I asked him the question, so to be fair, he does need to answer. So yes, what physical, as in, do you have direct ancestral connection to these people that your religion says you are a part of?
So how do you establish ancestral connection outside of DNA? For instance, let's say no archaeology is ever done. There's no study of the landmass. Let's just say that you go and get your DNA tested. How do they match your DNA to a location? right? This is the process of cataloging the DNA. And so I'm going to explain this to him. He is going to say it's not good enough. And then he's going to tie DNA back to these sciences and say that's what they're based on. And again, it's all for the sake of disagreeing with the Israelites. I feel like you're referring to genetics. No, I have oral tradition paired with history, archaeology, and anthropology. Or tradition being the main form of anthropology that we're following. That would be the science that I'm using. I don't trust genealogy, but I'll
Okay.
say that
You
my
don't trust
forefather.
it.
So I can't finish talking because dude want to jump in the middle of my answer. He doesn't know why the dude asked me the question that he asked me. He's like a dog on somebody's leg, man.
Religion says you are a part of.
I feel like you're referring to genetics. No, I have oral tradition paired with history, archaeology, and anthropology. Or tradition being the main form of anthropology that we're following. That would be the science that I'm using. I don't trust genealogy, but I'll
Okay.
say that
You
my
don't trust
forefather,
it.
Hold
but
up,
my
hold up.
forefather,
Listen,
but
no, listen.
yo,
Ash
I'm
doesn't
really,
trust it because
I'm
his
really trying to
leader.
answer the brother's question, but this dude
Okay, but Ash,
continues to have zero
Ash, you
respect.
just spoke. Ash,
I
you
did
just
not
answered.
finish
Listen,
answering the brother.
for the
I did
record,
not.
hold on,
I
Ash,
did
let me
not
talk.
finish answering the
For the
brother. What is
record,
your problem?
Ash, okay, give me 10 seconds. For the record, Ash doesn't agree with it because his leader, chief priest, is R1B1A, which is European DNA. That's why
I
all of
don't.
a sudden now they don't go by that because
I
his
don't even know
leader
what you're
proved to
talking about.
be a European. That's why.
Now, I don't know what he's talking about. If anybody has any information on that, please tag me in. Other than that, please let Gorilla Hebrew know that, man, this dude's in here talking crazy. I'm pretty sure that whatever he's saying is utter BS. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. I know you feel like this is your time to shine, but I don't know what you're talking about.
IOC, let him answer because I have a reason for why I'm asking this. So please go
Yeah.
ahead, Ash.
Yeah. So all I was going to end with was that the people that I know that my family go back to from the slave trade, there's an oral tradition amongst them that they came from north of Egypt, fleeing from Jerusalem. Also, that the people adjacent to them, they followed several Levitical customs, including wearing the chest plate. There's other things like ancient maps. You can look at the one made by the British that reflects the kingdom of Judah. I have a French encyclopedia of travels from that period of time that talks about the people of Judah with illustrations. I would be more than happy to share my screen if I could, but it didn't work last time. Now, who want to pull my card? Because I offered to show proof of the archaeological evidence, right? I offered to show proof. So let me see in the chat who wants to see some of what I'm talking about right now, because it's been documented that it is like a book of travels that have been cataloged, and what they did was draw depictions of the people of Judah. So who would like to see an example of that right here live? Let me get some ones in the chat. Y'all want to see them examples live because I'll drop it right now. But I need at least 7 ones in the chat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I require. I need 7 ones in the chat. Matter of fact, put them fire emojis in the chat if y'all want to see this pictographic evidence. I see one. You know what I'm saying? All praises. 1, 2. Okay. What about them fire emojis though? Okay, I see fire. That make 3 of y'all. Damn, okay, I see 4. You get 1 vote though. Jacob descendant, all praises. I like your creativity. 5. Okay. We getting there. Even though somebody voted twice. And that look, I'm just zealous. I really just I just really want to show this evidence. Let me see. Pawn I said, I looked up IOCK channel after this and found this video. He's talking about supposedly exposes the real Hebrew. Yeah, he's weird. He calls himself exposing the people, and all he does is post clips of scriptures being read by somebody else. It's not very thorough at all. It's just him throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. But without further ado, because I'm a man of my word, man. Y'all asked for it. I just wanna let me stop my screen real quick. Wow. Can you see this? Can you see this? And I got more, man. I got more. But this is in French. And the one on the left, I know it's a little small. The one on the left says priest. It basically says priestess of Judah, right? The one on the right in French, it says quality female of Judah. Wow. Wow. Now, why is this important? What I would do is tie it to a map, the British map that I brought up, where it talks about the kingdom of Judah. So what the French did was go and visit these people to see how they live, and they wrote about these people. Oh, the daggers are there. And you know what I'm saying? I'm still working on a presentation called The Color of the Levant. You know what I'm saying? But these things are important because these people and the people that surrounded them said that they migrated from north of Egypt. You see that? And so archaeology and anthropology is important because when these migrations are documented, it will help you to trace back who's who. And that's all. And the people that run the DNA, that catalog the DNA, they based it off of archaeology. The stories of who's supposedly living in certain areas. It's just regular investigative work. But watch this. So those are the methods that I look at, mixed with the most important Deuteronomy 28 and the other curses that the Israelites were prophesied to be under, just to answer your question, brother.
Okay, I hear it. So the reason I ask this question is because, contrary to popular belief, the so-called science that you say it's not real or might think it's not real, it actually has a lot.
Now, I never said it wasn't real, but what I will say is it's not reliable when it comes to tracking these genealogies going way back. Because if you're going to say that somebody is West African based on their DNA, does that equate me to the West Africans that live there today? Not necessarily. Why? Because there's a diaspora that's happened and it's further spread those people. So there's a cutoff there. It's not reliable when it comes to, you have to be dealing with archaeology and anthropology so that you can trace your roots from West Africa the best you can back to where the people group started at. But these idiots, man, they don't want to understand these things. You know what I'm saying? They want to come up against us. Oh, well, the Levant, you know, it says that the white man's got DNA from the Levant. Well, that's fine. We say Esau's from the Levant and the white man is Esau. So there's no problem with that. But for you to act like black people didn't inhabit the Levant region is problematic. Well, you can only say that if you don't really care to search archaeology. Watch this. This is going to be in the presentation. Prepare yourself, brothers and sisters. This is going to be in the presentation entitled "The Color of the Levant." Let me pull this up real quick for you. This is a code. Who's ready to see something amazing? You see this? You see this? Now, this is from the false temple in Lachish. Where is Lachish? Lachish is a capital city in Judah that was sieged by the Assyrians way back. But what this head is essentially a idolater's mask. And who is it tied to? The Canaanites, and possibly even the Philistines. The temple predates the Jews, right? So if the Levant was white, right, how long had it been that way? You see what I'm saying? So the argument becomes, okay, so did white people go into the Levant, and then you expected me to believe that they mixed with the Canaanites and they stay white? That's a problem. Are you telling me that they mixed with the Philistines and then they stayed white? And that's only me entertaining that argumentation. Well, here's one more to go with it. Who's heard of the siege of Lachish? Now, we just talked about the biblical incident, of course, but who's heard about the art that comes from the siege of Lachish? Important artwork. I'm going to just share it with you. I just need to find a high resolution image. And that's all. Give me a second. Nah, not quite. Okay, boom. I'm gonna share my screen again. Remove. Stop the screen. Present. Share screen. Who's familiar with this? See this? Who's familiar with these images? This is a wall relief from the chamber of King Sennacherib called the Siege of Lachish. And it's documenting when the Assyrians came into the land of Judah and they besieged it and they afflicted the Jews. But look at these people. You see that? So what it's showing us is either the Israelites that came into the land was black people or they became black people. The only burden that we're putting on the Christian community and the people that would deny what we're claiming would be to tell us which one it was and to provide the proof. Because we see that the Levant clearly had black origins to it. We see that of times of old, there were clearly black people inhabiting that land. You see this, do you see these BDBs? That's what my hair looked like. Come out and take my braids out and come up out of the shower. That's what my hair looked like, hair like wool. But we ain't gonna linger on this too long, man. We just gonna listen to what they say in response and show you the links that they go to just deny the truth, man. They just want to come up against Israel.
Deal with reality, physical reality. For instance, 40% of the births we have now would not be possible without deep genealogical study to figure out how to counteract them. Yes, naturally, the 40% of babies born should die due to genetic causes in their own DNA.
And that's talking about current genetics. That's not talking about ancient genetics.
They're not, because it took some time, but the so-called science figured out how to counteract those effects. Going further with genetics, there's conspiracies that there's of societies that basically pre-select people based on genealogy to see, okay, this person will be this person will be that, and everything else.
He's not saying much of nothing. I just need to let him get to his point, because after you hear this, you know what I'm saying, we're going to close out for the night, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's make one more swing at liking this video, making sure that we're sharing it and subscribing to both the channels.
They can't figure out basically gets thrown into the good luck pile. Used to think that theory was basically unfounded until I started meeting geneticists. And yes, your DNA can very much be used with the proper equipment to predict your life outcome. If there is not a high prediction, that either means that You have bad genetics, and you just get thrown. Average genetics, or you have extremely good genetics, and you won't be controlled. So the reason I'm bringing up the genealogy part of it, because the science is most definitely used, proven, and it could be the reason why you might have been born
Hey, the Guatemala and Habata. Appreciate you, family. Appreciate
and did not die. Because a lot of people don't know that a lot of the babies that are born, the reason they're taken, given all these drugs and stuff, is to suppress things that might kill them at birth. So the science is most definitely real. But going back to why I brought it up for you, the reason I brought up the so called actual physical lineage is because word of mouth, historical retelling, and just human nature, it can't be trusted half the time. You could
you. Now, we're not supposed to trust word of mouth and historical retellings, right? We're not supposed to trust anthropology. Okay, fine. But again, archaeology isn't really anything without anthropology, right? You got to know what you're digging up, and you got to be able to identify the time period it goes to, and that's backed by documentation. What is documentation? It's just written down retellings. That's what it is.
literally have a massive war zone or something happen in a major city. And I guarantee you, each and every person will experience the exact same events and have completely different retellings of it. That happens with police and crime reports all the time and investigations. So, given that fact that a lot of people are going to have their own versions and retellings, the problem with oral tradition is that eventually the truth of what happened gets diluted because that's just human nature. It's retelling after retelling. So, why would I believe that this so called passing down the lineage and stories
Passing down the lineage and stories, that doesn't make any sense.
is accurate when no one is willing to show, oh, yeah, we're genetically connected to these people, which actually proves where you come from?
Now he's about to debunk everything that he said, and I'm gonna fast forward after this to show you.
I don't understand the
Can
question.
I ask Ash? Let me ask you one quick question.
I want to
And we all
understand the
know,
question.
according,
Just ask me,
well,
please,
I'm gonna ask you a question pertaining to what he's saying.
brother.
According
I
to
don't
Revelations 22, liars. Ash, can you
repeat
let me
that.
speak for 10 seconds, bro? I'm quick,
He
Ash.
just
Listen.
asked me a question, and I
Revelations
can't. I
22.
can't understand what he's asking me.
I'm
Why
going
can't
to
you
ask you
wait
a
your
question
turn?
according to what he said, Ash.
All
Damn.
right, go ahead, man.
Revelations 22, liars are not going to be in the kingdom of heaven. You claimed you're
All
an
right, you're not.
Israelite through oral traditions. Yo, Ash, control yourself. You claimed you're an Israelite through oral traditions. Did your mother and father tell you that they were Israelites?
No, no, they
So
didn't.
what the hell are you talking about, Ash?
What are you talking about?
What oral traditions are you talking about if your own parents didn't even claim that they're Israelites?
I just gave a few examples, and you weren't listening because you were thinking of something stupid to say. So I'm not going to repeat myself.
Who orally told you that you're an Israelite? Who orally told you that?
I think the brother heard my answer and understood where I was coming from with that. I'm not going to reiterate myself for you. I don't care
Brother,
about
we
you.
don't care where you're coming from.
We don't care where you're coming from, but you can't stop asking me questions. I can't.
Just answer the question. Who orally told you you was an Israelite?
Brother, can you re-ask the question that you had for me? I'm not doing this circus.
All right, I'll keep it short. Why would I trust someone that says they had things passed down orally instead of doing what everyone else does, which is go to physically prove or learn where they come from.
So
Yeah.
I would meet the question this way, and that's an interesting question. Genetics are cataloged, but in order to catalog something, you have to have a sample of it. You know, for us, when we do online shopping or the magazines that come where you can order something from, there's a picture. That's the closest to a sample you get. But there's a sample, and then there is a title to the item. So, one, taking the sample, and then two, taking the word of whoever is in the location that you're taking the samples from is a part of the science that you're talking about. So I would say that those things are just as equitable, except here's the thing. Um, if you're asking people what their oral tradition is, it's better to trace it that way because it's coming directly from the source in the area. There's people that'll tell you maybe they're not from the area they're currently living in. Whereas there's some that'll not only tell you that, but they'll tell you where they migrated from. And then the people that are in the area that they're saying they're migrated from, there might also be some information pointing there. It's the way any investigation is conducted. And it is why you have
Brother, you should
genetics.
be a politician, brother. You
Dang, I can't even finish my answer, bro. God damn.
should be a
And it,
politician, brother. Listen,
That's not
you
I'm
true.
said
sorry, brother.
totally
That's not
nothing,
true. That's
bro.
not true. That one, yeah,
Let
yeah,
Brother,
him
did
that
you
is word
answer.
salad, 100%. That's 100% word salad number one.
this retarded nigga said it's word salad. Did that make sense, family? Did what I said make sense? Watch this.
But number
I'm
two,
sorry, brother.
you
Did you
said
understand what I was saying?
yes? You were basically saying that there's nothing to compare. There's nothing to compare or base the genealogy
I literally did not say there's nothing to compare. Dumb fuck.
test to. But that's not true. But they have
I didn't
ancient. Okay,
I didn't just say that. I just said that oral tradition is better in a sense where you're getting directly out of the
people
mouth
lie.
of the people.
People
You said
lie.
what?
People
Yeah,
lie.
but Ash, you don't even
I
have
mean,
anybody who told you orally that.
the people lie. Remember, they said that people lie, but DNA in the way that it's cataloged for people to say A1, B1A this and all this haplogroup that, it's literally based off of archaeology and anthropology. The thing that I said I prefer to go to because I'm not lazy.
You're an Israelite. You just said it.
Here's the thing though, we're both facing the same issue because I asked how genes are cataloged. So the same work, the same investigative work has to be done in order to label the genes.
So, which means we're both subject to the fact that people lie. That's an issue whether you're leaning on somebody sticking a needle in you, swabbing you for spit, and then saying, hey, your genes come from XYZ versus going to do the legwork yourself to the best of your ability. We're both subject to the same conundrum. Now, look, I'm just going to prove it. This is crazy. And this is why I don't deal with DNA. Look, how is ancient DNA cataloged, right? Ancient DNA is cataloged through a process that involves extracting, manipulating, and authenticating DNA fragments from ancient sources, right? Now, the hurdles that they have to go through to do this are affected in this manner. It says these fragments are often ultra short molecules that have sustained chemical damage over time. To ensure that the DNA is authentic and not contaminated, samples are collected in clean rooms with ultraviolet light to destroy bacteria in their DNA. Right. So what we got to understand is there's deterioration and degradation that happens over time. And sometimes that affects the samples. But what is this process called that's highlighted? Through a process that involves extracting, manipulating, and authenticating DNA fragments from ancient sources. What's that process called, family? I'm going to see if it pops up in the chat by the time I share my screen to reveal it. It's called archaeology, the study of human history and prehistory through the excavation of sites and the analysis of artifacts. and other physical remains. Wow. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that cataloging the DNA calls for the same processes that I say I would prefer to go off of, but they're sitting there acting like it's insufficient when their whole DNA that they worship, it doesn't matter unless it's backed by these art forms, these sciences, right? So before it wasn't as sufficient as a science, not anthropology, not archaeology. But watch, he's even gonna cut himself, the dude that was on here asking me about the DNA.
Only thing that's
Brother,
missing
I'm gonna
is
tell you how genes.
No, let me tell
Listen,
you,
Ash,
right?
I'm gonna tell you.
They have very sophisticated technology right now. They can examine DNA from ancient artifacts found and
Yep.
kept.
We just went over it, archaeology. So you should have been agreeing with me, but you just want to disagree with me because you're weird.
As a record from ancient civilizations. So if there's any tools or anything,
But they're gonna cut themselves again. Watch.
they can literally collect the genetic DNA of the
Yep.
people that were holding it. As long as it was preserved, then they can take that DNA
Yep.
and then trace that and compare that to people. That's literally how we know what people were what people.
we're not disagreeing.
And Ash, listen, Ash, there's something called haplogroups that gets passed from father to son, father to son, father to son. There's only about 20 different groups on Earth. Everybody comes from a specific haplogroup. So 80% African Americans have E1B1A. Europeans have R1B1A. Listen, let me talk.
Bro.
Your leader,
I'm trying to answer the question, and you are being disrespectful.
No, you're not, brother. No, because brother, what you're doing is this.
Bro, did I finish?
Now watch this. This is where the lines start to get drawn. And you're gonna have to forgive me for how this goes. But I'm about to upload his entire live stream on my channel, on the main channel, even after I'd have got off.
Brother, it takes you 900 words to get to a point, bro. 900 words, bro.
If we were in court, Ash, they would say your answer was non-compliance. That's what.
Nah, nigga, you just don't understand words. You understand colors and pictures and shit. That's it. That's all. I spoke very plainly, and y'all agreeing with me, but you're disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing.
They would say 100%.
Yeah.
I didn't
finish. Because Ash, listen, this is what you do, Ash. Listen. If you ask me, yo, do you have a car? Well, it depends, because sometimes my mode of travel depends on the pursuing of the vehicle that I'm in. But that's all you do, bro. That's all you do. You try to throw in these big words to come. Listen, you could confuse people from the projects, but
who heard that? Who heard that?
Specific haplogroup. The projects. Listen. If you ask me, yo, do you have a car? Well, it depends, because sometimes my mode of travel depends on the pursuing of the vehicle that I'm in. But that's all you do, bro. That's all you do. You try to throw in these big words to come. Listen, you could confuse people from the projects, but a person that has common specific haplogroup. So 80 specific haplogroup. So 80%, brother, what you're doing is this.
Bro, did I finish answering
Brother, it takes you 900 words to get to a point, bro. 900 words, bro.
If we were in court, Ash, they would say your answer was non-compliance. That's what they would say 100%.
Yeah.
I didn't finish.
Because Ash, listen, this is what you do, Ash. Listen. If you ask me, yo, do you have a car? Well, it depends, because sometimes my mode of travel depends on the pursuing of the vehicle that I'm in. But that's all you do, bro. That's all you do. You try to throw in these big words to come. Listen, you could confuse people from the project.
Shut your goddamn mouth. You sit there and threaten somebody for.
Listen. If you ask me, yo, do you have a car? Well, it depends, because sometimes my mode of travel depends on the pursuing of the vehicle that I'm in. But that's all you do, bro. That's all you do. You try to throw in these big words to come. Listen, you could confuse people from the projects.
You see what it's all about? You see what it's all about, and it's revealed. he hates the children of God. What a hateful thing to say. You might be able to pull that with people from the projects. Bro, look, it was so hard not to lose my shit, man. But, I did I did go to a carnal place, man. So I had to start to draw the line. But y'all see what we up against, man. These people that act like they're doing it out of love and they want to defend Christ. And really, it's jealousy, it's envy, and it's hatred for the children of God.
But a person that has common sense ain't gonna buy your buffoonery, bro.
So if you're from the projects, you don't have common sense according to IOCK. Make sure that y'all run that up, man. Make sure that you clip that and share that and tag IOCK and let everybody know that this is how he thinks of the children of God.
That's crazy. I'm gonna beat your ass if I ever meet you. First of all, don't ever disrespect
bro.
nobody.
You couldn't, brother.
I gotta be honest.
Don't ever disrespect nobody coming from the projects. Like people from the projects can't be intelligent.
You acting
you don't
like
even know when
the
to shut your
projects when you
goddamn
sit there and
mouth.
threaten somebody for disagreeing with your opinion. You can't get mad.
Shut your
Projects when you
goddamn
sit there and
mouth.
threaten somebody for disagreeing with your opinion.
Brother, what you're doing is this: the projects. But a person that has common sense ain't gonna buy your buffoonery, bro.
That's crazy. I'm gonna beat your ass if I ever meet you. First of all, don't ever disrespect
bro.
nobody.
You couldn't, brother.
I gotta be honest.
Don't ever disrespect nobody coming from the projects. Like people from the project.
And Jay, your stupid ass talking about why it gotta be all that. Why are you talking to him like that for disagreeing with your point? No, I disagree with his point that people from the projects ain't got no common sense. Because that's who we sent to, the lost sheep of the house of Israel that was prophesied to be dwelling in the project. What's the word ghetto mean? It's the place where the Jews live. What is the ghetto? It's made up of projects, essentially. So, Jay, man, this is when I lost complete respect for you. You're a coon. If I ever run into you, I might check your chin as well. But definitely IOCK, don't ever introduce yourself to me. Don't ever let me hear your raspy ass voice, because I'm gonna remember that. I put my life on the line week in and week out for brothers and sisters that's coming straight out of the projects and even might be in higher social economic classes, but we beat down enough, and I'll be goddamned if I sit back and let this type of disrespect unfold. I need everyone to understand that.
Can't be intelligent.
You
don't
like
even know when to shut your
when you
goddamn
sit there and
mouth.
threaten somebody for disagreeing with your opinion. You can't get mad at that.
It wasn't about him disagreeing with my opinion.
But you proved
it wasn't about him disagreeing with my opinion.
Proved his point though.
How did I prove his point, Jay? You're dumb.
Yeah, you did. You 100%
I didn't.
You're acting like somebody from the projects by threatening somebody to assault them.
How did I prove the point? Guess what? I'm not from the projects. I didn't live in the projects. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Hurt them because they don't agree with your point.
It's
That's
not about
ghetto Negro.
It's about the fact that he just said people from the projects is stupid. That's literally what he just said.
No, I didn't say that.
What he said.
I didn't say that. Because ready, Ash, let me speak. Biggie, Pac,
I'm good.
Listen, Ash, let me speak, bro. The most talented people come. Oh, here we go, bro.
Email in the chat for the brother that asked me the question. I'm not dealing with
people from the projects are stupid. That's not what he said.
He literally just said you might
the projects, but a specific haplogroup. Listen. If you ask me, yo, do you have a car? Well, it depends, because sometimes my mode of travel depends on the pursuing of the vehicle that I'm in. But that's all you do, bro. That's all you do. You try to throw in these big words to listen. You could confuse people from the projects, but a person that has common sense ain't gonna buy your buffoonery, bro. Let me speak. Biggie, Pac,
I'm good.
Listen, Ash, let me speak, bro. The most talented people come. Oh, here we go, bro.
Email in the chat for the brother that asked me the question.
I'm not dealing with people from the projects are stupid. That's not what he said.
He literally just said you might be able to pull that crap on people from the project.
That might be what you heard, but that's not.
he's over here gaslighting.
Not what he
He
said.
literally just said you might be able to pull that on people from the
Right.
project.
That's not
Why
what
would
you're
I be
Ash,
able
accusing
to?
can
him of
you just
saying. That's not what he said.
Why would I be
He
able
didn't
to
say
pull
they're
it on
stupid.
people from the projects?
Because
As
they don't
opposed
know.
to
Because
Ash,
they're
can
ignorant. That
you
doesn't mean that they're stupid. It's a difference.
facts?
literally
Got
my
There's a
there's a
issue.
difference
difference,
between being
big
stupid
difference.
and
Literally my
ignorant.
issue. Literally my issue. I'm not sitting for this game shit. So, bro, that
Ash,
just asked
you
me the
want to use
question.
a whole bunch of white
I'm gonna put my
words.
email.
I can't. I'm using white words. This is a Christian. This is the Christian for you.
In the chat. You said white words. You're the dumbest.
And he's bilingual, speaking English and Spanish, talking about I use white words. He speaks Castellana and he speaks Anglo-Saxon. What is wrong with dude?
Christian I ever talked to in my life. I'm
So
gonna
why
put
are
my
you
email in
sounding
the
like a
chat.
straight my
I'm
conjunction
gonna put
junction? What's your
I'm gonna,
function?
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
put
bro, we
the
get it.
email.
Red
I'm gonna
fish,
put my
blue
email
fish,
in the chat
green
for the
fish.
brother
We
to
get it,
ask me
bro.
questions. This is
The
not
guy asked you a question of what physical evidence do you have,
They
and
don't
you
have
dropped
any.
a
That's the truth.
1,200-word thesis.
They don't have any at all. None.
You're dumb because I wasn't even answering that question no more. He said, why would I go off of oral tradition?
Because
Essentially.
that's
Yeah,
not
because
He
your
stupid.
asked,
parents
no,
didn't
that's
even
the question.
say.
And notice they won't let the dude speak up for himself. Yup. You see that? So people from the projects don't speak English. People from the projects don't understand big words. You know, he insulted the IQ of my brothers and sisters, and I don't gonna give a fuck, man or woman. You can find your ass beat about that. That's just me. Call me what you want.
You're an Israelite.
That's the question that I was answering for him. I wasn't answering the
So
question
it
he
don't
just said.
take, Ash, it don't take 1,200 words, bro. It don't take 1,200 words.
Bro, you don't even understand the words that I used. So shut up. You're an idiot. Period. So for the
I'm
brother
an
that
idiot.
asked me
All
the
right, so
question, I'm willing to deal with you, bro, but I'm not gonna do it here. I'm gonna put my email in
IOCK,
the chat for
let him answer.
Hold on. Yeah. I'm
okay,
in. Yeah.
okay. All right, Ash. Sorry, speak, Ash. Sorry.
Nah, my wife made me dinner. I'm out of here. You guys are weird. Jay, I'm
Well, are
still
you
dealing
gonna
with
grab the
Jay,
utensils,
Jay,
the
Jay,
utensils to put in your
Jay,
mouth,
I'll
in your
still deal
head, in
with
the
you.
plate?
The other
Whatever.
brother, I'll still deal with you, man. But this
And you see what he just said about using utensils. These underhanded comments, and this is who Jay is aligning himself with. This is the links that Christians will go to.
this is weird. It's weird that you even got dude on here.
All right.
He has added
Just don't
nothing
make
of
no more
substance to the
videos about
discussion.
me.
Shalom. I'm gonna make another one,
All right.
but it's love though. Hopefully you
All right.
receive it that way.
All right. It's insane. Maika, you made a really good point. You made a really good point. They don't have any genealogy, or they don't have any actual evidence.
No, they don't.
Now he said we don't have any evidence, and he's gonna call what I call evidence evidence.
I know they don't, but it's just like, okay, you say you're from a group of people, and it's like, okay, so you should be able to go to the hospital. Yes, the hospitals have resident geneticists, and it costs some money. Like, I'm not saying it's free. You got they do have a payment, but
That's
they
like
can
a
just
couple
trace.
$100 though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like a couple of hundred. It used to be more expensive. Like I remember when me and my dad we found out it was like a couple of thousand. Yeah, it's like a couple of hundred now, maybe four, maybe five. But yeah, I'm like, okay, what evidence do you have? You went to the hospital? No, I'm not talking about Ancestry Online. I'm talking about the actual method that is used to prove genealogy, which is essentially, yeah, it's like going to find out if the baby's yours. Same process. You go, you show up, they take it, they run a
Yep.
couple of things,
Watch this.
and they match it up to a couple of other genetic samples that have been collected over the years. Might have to call a team of archaeologists, and boom, you find out where you're from. A
Yep.
couple of things, and they match it up to a couple of other genetic samples that have been collected over the years. Might have to call a team of archaeologists, and then boom, you find out where he's from.
So when I said I would rather lean on archaeology and anthropology, he said archaeology is not a science. Well, DNA and the method that you're talking about, finding out your background, is not science. You don't know anything without the method that you said is not a actual science. So if that's the case, then DNA is not a science, at least not without archaeology. But if it needs archaeology, how is archaeology not a science? How is it something's not adding up? You know what I'm saying? The math ain't math, and math coming from the Hebrew word amav, which means truth. Something's fishy about all this. But I just wanted to expose this for y'all, man. That's all. I'm gonna share the link to the main channel one more time because I'm about to drop that video. I'm about to make it active for you right now, so you could go in there and you could listen to the discussion thoroughly. Listen how they butcher the book of Galatians as well, and they got called on that. But this is what we deal with, man. This is what we deal with. I want to thank y'all, man, for coming through. Again, support the ministry by sharing, subscribing, or hit the Cash App. You could do so at $Fire of God Camp 12, or you could do so $Ashrakal. If you want to join the ministry, hit us up at Fire of God Classroom at gmail.com. Hit that link, and thank y'all for joining us on another episode of the Incinerator. And yeah, man, we're gonna close out. We're gonna give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High Yahweh in the name of His Son. And with that, family, until next time, Shalom.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,